Let me ask you a question. Do I look buff? This is what it's looking like so far. It's so beautiful. Look what I found on the ground. It is on sale. So this is what the base is going to look like. Guys, I have analysis paralysis. Rock-a-bye dragons in the homebody's arms. This is terrifying to me. We've got a tornado. Well, howdy, partner. I'm not going to talk like that the whole video. Welcome to the vlog. Who knows what we're going to get into this week, what sort of shenaniganry we will find ourselves in. But for right now, it is 3:30 in the morning, and I am here in the studio to put all this yarn away. Ryan's here to help too. He just got off work. And pick out some yarn in our stash because I need to restock Nyx the Dragon, my little baby dragon pattern, for my upcoming market, which isn't for a few weeks, honestly a few months. So we have a while, but I want to restock some dragons, and I love picking out colors for these little baby dragons because like the color combos are endless. You don't have to pick a specific like shade to match it to a realistic fur or skin tone or hair color, anything like that. Like we can just go crazy here in the yarn stash. So that's what we're doing. I've already made 8, 9 Nyx the Dragons today alone. I love making this pattern. It is so much fun. But I've already made a lot. That's what all of this yarn was from. So I have already done a lot of like neon, really bright colors. So we want to grab a couple pastels. I've got a few new variegated yarns that I want to pull out and utilize. So we'll do that. And do you have any recommendations for colors?
Always yellow. Yellow is always a good option.
Okay, we can do yellow. Pale yellow or like bright yellow?
Like Naughty Pony yellow.
Oh, like neon yellow. Okay, we can pull out some Naughty Pony. This is the Naughty Pony yellow. It is very bright. It's not even coming off on camera.
By far the best yellow color yet.
This one's going to turn out a little bit smaller than my other Nyxes though, because this is a smaller yarn, but I don't mind. We need to find some accent colors. Okay, so this is a newer color that I have. This one's definitely like very, baby pink. Let's see, for the wings on this one, maybe we go like light purple. I have just a tiny bit of this Elise Voluto left, so I think we might have enough to do 2 wings with this. I don't know, we might need to make the wings a little bit smaller and cut some rounds so that we have enough. So all my variegated yarns are down here. I have yet to use this Basics tie-dye yarn in the color, I think it's called Kaleidoscope. Yeah, in the color Kaleidoscope, and I think that this would make a fantastic dragon. For the wings, what color do we want to pull? We could pull teal, we could pull dark green, we could pull like that Caribbean blue. Here's all my teals and blues over here.
My first thought was the dark green.
The dark green? Yeah, I do have a bunch of Elise Voluto in this dark green, or I have, this is Parfait Chunky. I have a little bit of this. I think this is, oh, sorry, the camera was not even pointed. I wasn't even paying attention. This is, I think, Amazon, just basics. They don't call it basics, but it's just like generic Amazon yarn. I do have this sparkly Baby Bee, or is it Baby Bee? It might just be Yarn Bee. Sparkle Velvet from Hobby Lobby. The wings would come out very small in this though, unless I added more rounds. But I think that this color with the sparkly wings would probably sell really nice. What else do we have here? I've made a dragon in this Bernat twist before, and it did sell, but it did take a while to sell. It is nice to work with though. We've got this one, which is green and blue. I feel like that's more realistic dragon. That's kind of an oxymoron considering it's a fantastical creature, but you get what I mean. Ooh, okay, so this is a color. This is a yarn from Burnout Blanket that I just got recently called Smooth Sailing. Is this one too close to that one? What do you think, Ryan?
These two?
Yeah. They're kind of...
I feel like they're kind of similar, but like the opposite.
Oh, wait,
like
I could use this together. I could use those together. I could maybe do two dragons, one where this is the body and then these are the wings, and then vice versa.
Yeah.
I like
similar, but like opposites.
Yeah, they are. Well, this one doesn't have the blue in it. I mean, it's got a little bit of like a periwinkle purpley color in it. I never put two variegateds together, so that's a little bold for me, but we'll give it a shot. Then we have this. We definitely need to use some of this Peace and Love color. Love me some pastels. We have... Do I have enough of this to do a dragon? I might. This dragon would be giant, though, compared to the others. But I feel like the rainbow is good. Okay, we'll do that. I've got this yarn that I could pair with that. I mean, that is very rainbow. But you know what? Let's go for it. Let's full send. I think that's it for variegateds. Well, I also have this one, which is like kind of rainbow too. I have enough to make wings out of this, so we'll grab that for some wings. This is a very fun color in Burnout Baby Sparkle. What could we pair this with? Maybe this color. Maybe we could do a dragon out of this and then the wings in this variegated, because I don't think that I will have enough of this to do the dragon body. I might, but it's going to be cutting it close, so I would rather do it vice versa. So we're definitely going to need more of that. So let's pull out this other skein. Okay, let's put these together so I can get organized here. So we have got those two together. We need something to go with the yellow. Do we want to do black and do like a bumblebee dragon, maybe? Okay, then we have the neon. Like I said, I've already done a bunch of neon, but this is a different color palette than the other neons that I've done. Then we have Rainbow Bright. Well, coin that one. We have the kaleidoscope grouping. We need something to go with this color. And then I guess we can use this purple with the pastel Peace and Love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is enough yarn for 7 dragons. Ooh, I have this camo yarn. You know what? I like this one a lot better than this variegated. So I think we're going to do a cosmic camo. I love that name. Come on, it's got cosmic in the name. We need to use it. I think we're going to do this instead. And because it's meant to be a camo dragon, I think we'll do the wings and the body in this same yarn. So it will be full camouflage. So let's put this back. We will grab some black Parfait Chunky to pair with the bright yellow to do the bumblebee dragon. I don't know what color wings we should do for that. Maybe like gray? What do you guys think? Ooh, I do have this. Yeah, let's do this for the wings.
Oh, for the bee?
Yeah, for the bee dragon?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, it's all coming together. Maybe we grab one more combo. I am just on a major, I understate the word major. Like, you guys don't understand how many dragons I want to make. Maybe we should do, some like neutrals. I don't know. Who wants a neutral dragon? I feel like most people want like fun colors. I don't know. Yell at me in the comments. What yarn should I use? Take a look at the stash here.
Maybe not necessarily the most fun for you, but a black and red. I feel like
Oh, you know what? I was thinking that actually. I have black yarn in the house to do like a toothless dragon.
Okay.
But I was going to grab some eyes for it out here. We have this cake down here, which is like a neon, like Lisa Frank kind of style. What do we think? We could do this. I mean, it's going to turn out big because this yarn is large. Hot pink wings. I've already done quite a few dragons with hot pink wings in the house. We could do like neon orange. Like, oh no, that's going to be way too small. This is Big Twist Posh. But I mean, that's neon orange. Maybe I can use this and then just add extra rounds to it to make the wings the appropriate size. Ryan, look at that combo.
I love it.
I know you do. Ryan's favorite colors are orange and yellow. The more obnoxious, the brighter, the better. Okay, it's been like 10 minutes of me trying to pick out yarn. So this is what we're going with. And I think we're going to start with the bumblebee one. Well, I have one on my hook in the house. We got to finish that. And then tomorrow we're going to start of this lot with the bumblebee because I'm very excited to see how that turns out. But of course, oh, we just got an order. Look at that, you guys. We're over 1,000 website orders. I am so incredibly grateful. Okay, we need to get some eyes here for Toothless. Now, I don't know if I have green glitter discs. Ooh, I think that there are some. Okay, these eyes might be a little bit big. Actually, they're probably going to be the perfect size. We're going to use 18 millimeters. On my baby dragons, I normally use 12 millimeter. So even the 18 is going to be large. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. The bigger, the better, usually, as I always say. I also have these like actual dragon pupils that I've never used before. Maybe we could use these on the camo one. They're kind of creepy. I feel like anybody who wants a camo dragon would be into this sort of thing. So we'll grab some of these. And then lastly, I also have these 18 millimeter discs that are very, very bright and fun. So I was thinking maybe we could use these with the like Lisa Frank yarn, as I'll call it. And then all the other ones will either get 12 millimeter just black eyes, or I will embroider them. Like for the pastel one, I'll definitely embroider them because I just picture like a little baby getting it. Oh, the neon yellow is fun. Oh, neon yellow, 100%. Let's see if we can find a mate for that. How unhinged would it be if I did one hot pink eye and one neon yellow eye? Should I keep them the same?
Probably. I mean, that's cool.
Okay, then which one? Which one? I mean, you're always going to say yellow.
I'm always going to say
Okay, we'll go with the yellow for Rai. Okay, we've got our haul. It's always so much fun to go shopping in my own office. It is really a pleasure. Okay, let's go get to work. Look I've already made all of these just today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. And I still can't get enough. I need more. Also, I'm using this new Bernat blanket yarn called Ethereal Stripes, and it's really pretty. I've already made up some hot pink wings to go with this pink dragon, which is the one that I want to finish before we start the bee. But like I said, it's 4 o'clock in the morning at this point now, so we are going to, gosh, it's a mess over here. We're going to finish up this dragon and then head to bed, and we will, of course, continue growing the army. Just call me Khaleesi tomorrow. And she's done. Because I already have the wings done, this thing took me 18 minutes. And I sell them for $18. So that's quick for the amount of money that I am able to get for these guys. Also, look at how pretty this yarn is. I mean, it is definitely striping. Like, there's absolutely no gradual fade between the pink and the purple. But it just worked out where it landed halfway on the body. It kind of looks like he was, like, dipped in a fondue pot of chocolate, you know? I just did the little safety eyes on this guy. or gal. So I'm going to add her to the pile and head to bed. Also, do as I say, not as I do. Do not stay up until 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to get things done that objectively do not need to get done that day, and sleep deprive yourself only to have a few hour nap before having to wake up for the day. Don't be like me. Don't do it. Well, Celeste has taken half my army of dragons and hoarded them in her chair. She loves these things so much. And they kind of look cute in her chair. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Oh, we're just going to sit on all of them? You are truly the mother of dragons. Should we legally change her name to Khaleesi? Actually, I do remember in like 2016, there was a boom of babies born named Khaleesi or Daenerys. And that's hilarious to me. We can just use it as a nickname. Okay, so today we are on our way out to run some errands. We got to go to Sam's Club and stuff and go to the Apple store to pick up my new computer. I know it's bougie, but my old laptop is literally on its last leg. I've had it since college, and if you know how old I am, you know that it's old. So I finally bit the bullet and ordered a new computer. So we gotta go pick that up from Apple store today. But of course, in the car, I brought my whips bag here with some yarn. So I brought the yarn to do the camo dragon and also the bumblebee dragon. Now I don't have stuffing with me, so I'm not going to be able to do their tails. I'll just have to like fasten off, and then when I get home and am able to stuff. Well, actually, now that I say that, this is not the best project for the car because I gotta stuff their heads, because then their necks like get smaller, and then it's going to be difficult to stuff their head after I decrease for the neck. So maybe I'll just make the wings in the car right now, which is fine. I think I'm going to do a couple of bumblebee dragons, because I do think that they're probably going to sell well, especially with the fuzzy wings. So I will make a couple of them. And should I not do the dragon style wings? Because normally you make like a circle and then you fold it in half, crochet it together to make a semicircle. Maybe I'll do it differently and make them more rounded wings. Although, do we want it to look like a dragon? I don't know. What do you think, Ryan?
I feel like if you're trying to make a dragon bee, it should look like a dragon colored like a bee.
Okay, that's kind of where I was leaning to. Good advice.
Yeah.
Snaps for Ryan. I finished both of the camo wings, and then I also did the face of the camo dragon and added some little his little eyes to him. They are pretty cool looking, but definitely not my taste. I prefer the little cutesy chibi critters. I mean, he is pretty cute, to be honest. I also did one set of the little fuzzy wings, and oh my gosh, they are so cute. So I'm going to do one more of those. And actually, while we're out and about today, I am going to go and pick up 2 lamps from Facebook Marketplace at 2 different locations. One of them is an Animal Crossing lamp. I mean, enough said there. The second one is a Tiffany lamp that has a purple shade with moons on it. So enough said there. So we're gonna go pick those up too today at some point while we're out. And I think we're also going to go see a movie, maybe? My mom has the baby today, so around 8:30, we gotta go pick her up from her house in the city. So we'll do that later tonight. But in the meantime, let's do one more set of fuzzy wings, and then we're about 15 minutes away from our destination. So I think that will be it in terms of crochet for right now. We are running into Hobby Lobby because I want to get another doll stand to display a plushie in the backgrounds of videos. And it's one that's not going to stand up on its own. So I got to grab a doll stand. And then I also wanted to take a little peek at their glitter that they have here for safety eye making. And let's grab a little hand basket. I think we're just doing little things today. And we're gonna see if their yarn is on sale because there are a few skeins that I want to pick up, but the last time I was here, it was not yarn week. So let's go check those out. I love all these little tchotchkes. You're gonna have to pry all my tchotchkes from my cold dead hands, I'll tell you what. It is on sale. Okay, I wanted to grab some of this yarn that I have seen multiple times, and at which point I have used this. Now I used it on some dragons. It wasn't super amazing to work with, but it also wasn't awful. I also think I was using a too small hook, but I wanted to get some of this because it's really pretty. There's also this like watercolor color. I think it's called watercolor, right? Yes, watercolor. It's so pretty. This particular skein does not have a ton of pink in it though, which is interesting, but maybe I'm not going to get that one then. This one, Jumping Juniper, would be really good for turtles or dragons. Doesn't really feel that great though, to be honest. This one feels nice, but I don't know what I would use that on. This one, oops, there's been a casualty. Thank you, honey. Happy Face. This one I don't know about because of the way that the dye kind of works together. There are some pieces of it that just looks like it fell into mud, but I do like all the individual colors in it. There was one, oh yeah, this is what I wanted to get. Sprinkles, and then the adorable Hippie-licious, because look at how fun that is. We're definitely going to need to do a dragon in this. This is more along the lines of Parfait Chunky in terms of size, whereas this is very thick. This is like Parfait, what is it? Plus? Parfait, I don't know. It's like the really thick Parfait Chunky XL. That's it. Parfait Chunky XL. This is like Parfait Chunky, but I really like the color, so we're gonna get those. Is that soft?
It is very soft.
And then there's also this one in Lullaby Lane, which is really pretty. This one's a little starchy though. Let's see, is there a nicer quality skein? No, they're all kind of starchy and gross, to be honest. This one's okay. This one is also okay. That's pretty. I love the colors in that. Okay, I think that is all I wanted to get. Ryan, do you need yarn for anything?
Not that I can think of to make.
Okay. All right, let's go. We got to make our show time, so we're hustling here. We're going to go see Wuthering Heights. Here are some sequins, but not glitter. Oh, there might be some things here, though, to put into eyes. All of the bedazzles. Wait a second. Should I pick some more of these up for plushies? Ooh, I don't have any gold bedazzles. Those are fun. Maybe I should grab some of these. Ooh, okay. I'm going to pick up some of these, plus they're 50% off this week. Ooh, and I like how these ones have different shapes in there, too. Y'all know how much I love to put rhinestones on plushies for no reason other than to make them sparkle. Here are the doll stands. I need one of this small size. Perfect. Okay, here's like the soap making. So there is some stuff here that I could possibly use for eyes, but this is not the glitter. I saw the last vlog, then you know I'm still waiting to get my soap making stuff and starting that business, because I need another another hobby to sink my time into, right?
Just down on the end.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We had to ask for help. Aha, nice. I love that. That is fun. Are these on sale this week? It doesn't look like it. Okay, that's a maybe. Then we have this silver. That one looks like a disco ball. White. I'm looking for the more like specialty ones, you know, like, oh my gosh, we could do like autism awareness eyes. That would be really special. Maybe donate some of the proceeds from those to like, ooh, That one reminds me of Hannah Montana. Sorry, I got stopped midway through my thought. Hopefully you can fill in the blanks for me of what I stopped saying halfway through the sentence. Look at those. Ooh, confetti glitter. That would be really cute for like a clown make. Guys, I have analysis paralysis. There's too many options. I'm overwhelmed. Okay, we're getting the rainbow puzzle pieces. This like pastel green that's really pretty. This one that's purple, pink, and white. And then the autumnal leaves. I'm really excited to make something cool with these. Okay, let's go pick up the computer and then make our showtime. Oh my gosh, it's so bougie. It has been like 15 years since I have stepped foot into an Apple store. My old laptop has caused more than one problem with videos. All right, we will open it up at home to get the full ASMR. I always love opening Apple products. They're so nice to open. So I'm at this house about to pick up the Animal Crossing lamp, and we just drove past and look what I found on the ground. Like somebody just left a crocheted amigurumi elephant here in a bag. Like, it's so depressing. Why am I so sad about this inanimate object? It's got ends coming out of it. I don't want to touch it because it looks very moist. Who abandoned her on the side of this back road? What do you guys think this elephant lore is? Y'all, look at the little present pull tab. Oh my gosh, it has Isabel and Rosie and Stitches on it, and Peanut and Eloise. Wait, that's that elephant, right? And Goldie, they're all here. The gang is all here. Except I don't think Tia is on it, who is my favorite villager. But, nope, that's not Tia. That's the other elephant. Margie? Is that her name? I don't know. And then the base says Animal Crossing. It's gonna look so cute in the shed. This is such a fancy mall that the movie theater is in. It's like all super duper like high-end stores. My Crocs with the Dunkin' Donuts and Chick-fil-A charms don't fit in here. We're gonna go watch Wuthering Heights, and I get to see my girl crush, Margot Robbie. We are the only people in this theater. We have it all to ourselves. It was so good. My seat was wet from crying, of course. The characters were so dynamic. Which way do we go? Oh, this way. The characters were so dynamic, and the story was good. And Margot Robbie's character, she plays Catherine. Her costumes were stunning. In fact, one of them looked just like my wedding dress. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so good. So good. Highly recommend. I know it's very dark, but we just picked up the other lamp, and look at it, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It is broken, so it does have some tape on it. I just need to super glue it, but it works. So we're gonna need to find a nice little spot in the shed for this beauty, as well as the other lamp that I picked up today. So I put the Animal Crossing lamp right here on top of my refrigerator. There's no bulb in it though, so we can't turn it on right now. We gotta go get a bulb. But look at how cute it looks next to Alec Creamy. Baby girl is sound asleep in her bed. We got the monitor right here. And we need to decide where the other lamp's gonna go. By the way, still have yet to decide what I'm doing with my door. If you commented on the last vlog, in real time for me right now, that vlog has not even gone up yet. So I have no idea what you guys are going to say about it. Also, we've got the girls in here with us today. We have about 40 orders to pack of safety eyes. So we've got all of our stuff out. Here are all of the eyes. Every single one of these has sold. So we need to get all of these packed up to go to their new homes. We've got some stickers out for sticker orders. We have the printer over there. Oh, we got to figure out where This lamp is going to go. And I also need to set up my new computer. Here's my crusty one on top of it. So, yeah, we got a lot to do tonight. So I know that we've got two lights right next to each other, but I like being able to see it in the backgrounds of the videos. And I was contemplating it putting it next to Tia, but she's a little bit too rotund that the lamp doesn't fit right there. So I put my Applejack piggy bank there instead. It looks really cute under the tapestry too. The cord isn't long enough for me to put it down here. At least I don't think it is. Okay, it just barely reaches, but look at how freaking cute that looks. My little dingly charms hanging here. My moon lamp, my soot sprite, my pastel baby's breath, and smelly things. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a wonderful place to work. I'm so lucky. I'm so fortunate. I love you guys. Come over. Let's have a party. Look who has made an appearance in today's episode. It's Clancy, the flesh-colored pickle. Members, comment your girthy emoji. If you're a member of the channel, you get special little emojis. So I should see the comments filled with girthy pickles. Hello. I was going to do a giveaway of this guy months ago, and I kind of forgot about him. Should we do a giveaway? Who wants Clancy? Who wants to adopt him and take him home? I made him because I wanted to try this Dollar Tree Just Chenille, and I didn't love it because it's very, very thin, and as you can see, my hook size was a little bit too big, and I just wanted a quick, goofy project to use the only color that they had available at my Dollar Tree, which is this, like, flesh color. So I added some blush to him, and he became known as Sir Clancy the Great. That's his full government name. Kind of looks like he has little arms with the baubles there. His little, what do you call those on a pickle? Ryan, what do you call the growths on a pickle?
Knobs.
Knobs?
I don't know.
Look at his knobs. Also, I forgot that I had some of this Parfait Chunky Pom Pom that I really want to use on some dragons. So I remember we had pulled out that like Lisa Frank color that we'll use for a dragon, and then also we pulled out orange, and since this has neon orange and neon green in it, I thought it would be cool to do a dragon where I double strand this neon green with that neon orange that's in the house that we pulled out to use with the Lisa Frank yarn, and then use this for the wings. And I think that this is gonna look so cool with the double strand with the orange and the green. So that is why these are out, and we need to put away the yarn that we got today. Also, I lit a candle because it's halfway gone and I just want it to be gone so I can get rid of it. Also, Ryan's distracted on his phone because apparently in our town square, which is adorable, it's very much like Gilmore Girls coded. It was founded in what? Early 1800s, like 1820 something, 30 something. Anyways, there's an entire building in the square that is for sale. It's only $1 million, which I know that's a lot of money, but it comes with 3 like storefront shops, and above the shops 22 apartments, and that brings in like $20,000 a month just in rent from those things. So if I had $1 million, we would be opening a giant yarn store in the square. But alas, we do not have $1 million. We don't even have anywhere near $1 million, but you know what? If any of you guys are millionaires, come to Greensburg, buy that, turn it into a yarn store. I will be there every single day because we need more plushie yarn stores in the US, because all of like the independently owned yarn shops are all very bougie, very fancy, like hand-dyed hanks and stuff. We just need a place where we can feel Bernat in person. Like, just open a Bernat store or a Premier store. That would be very cool. I know that they do exist. I know that there's one in Lafayette, Indiana, but that's on the completely other side of the state from me. So yeah, that would be very cool if we could get a plushie yarn shop open. It is a dream of mine. I'm going to need to win the lottery first, but when it happens, I'm manifest my yarn store in the square one day. We are knee deep in this right now. I am writing all of the thank you notes and selecting the eyes, and then Ryan is packing them and printing the labels. And Paisley's over there doing Paisley things. Where's the other one?
She's down on the rug.
And there's Jovi, who needs a haircut. Can you see anything? You look like you belong in a 90s boy band, Jovi. Look at all of them. Oh my goodness, that was 40 orders that we packed. Now we can finally open the new computer. I set this up so we can do a little ASMR. How many of you are cringing right now? Honestly though, opening a new Apple product is very satisfying. Here we go. Uno. Duh. Look at me, I'm trilingual. Speaking Spanish and French and English. Here we go. Dun 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 dun. I'm definitely going to keep this box because I think it's kind of a requirement of every millennial to keep their Apple product boxes forever. In fact, I probably still have the my 8-year-old box from my old laptop. Wow. There's already a smudge on it. No, there's not. It's just for the condensation from my beefy condensation-y fingers. Oh, the blue is pretty. It's like barely blue. Like it's almost silver. I should probably get this paper away from the candle. Wow. So this is kind of annoying though because the charging point is now a magnet. I don't know why my brain lagged as I said magnet. But my old laptop is a USB-C charge. And I just like having the USB-C charge. It's very convenient to be able to just plug it in anywhere. There we go. Am I doing this ASMR thing correctly? I feel like I'm talking too much. Should I be whispering instead? I'm so chaotic neutral as I open packages. Ryan laughs at me because I constantly just rip into them like a heathen. But even the charging cord is blue. That's fun. Did they give us some Apple stickers? Back in my day, they used to provide stickers with the instruction manual, and I don't know that they do anymore. What's this? Something that I don't care about. We don't need that. Okay, let's set this box to the side and do a reveal. Oh, it's got some protection on it. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Get your mind out of the gutter. Wow, oh my gosh, it's so much bigger than my old laptop. Oh, and the little Touch ID is totally different now. Also, where the heck are the speakers? The speakers are on the sides on mine. Where did they go? This is now just a tech review with Katie. I'm sure none of you care about this, but this is a very exciting moment for me. Look at how much bigger it is. This is like a little baby compared to it. Oh my gosh. And like the sides, look how much bigger the sides are on this one. Here's a close-up of all of the crumbs in my crack. I stopped the camera and Ryan goes, say what you said.
That was the absolute worst ASMR experience I have ever seen.
Because you were talking so much. Hey, these people are here to hear me yap. That's what they tell me.
Yeah, but
Nobody wants me to do this. Hang on, pull my sleeves down so I only have my fingertips showing, tippy-tapping on everything. Okay, this is going to be pretty involved to set this up. Plus, I want to get a case on it before I pull a me and drop it with my clumsiness and klutziness. Knock on wood. I was going to knock on my desk, but this is IKEA, so it ain't wood. I think we are about done out here. It is almost 1 a.m. We should probably eat, yes?
Yeah, probably.
I want to take a shower, just rinse off, and
we're not vlogging for that part.
We're not gonna vlog for that part. That's for members only. And then I want to make I gotta finish my camo dragon and then my 2 bumblebee dragons. That's the plan for tonight. That's what I want to get done before bedtime, which is in about 2-3 hours. So we got to get going. Oh, and I got to finish setting up my computer. I stopped that halfway through. We got a lot to do tonight, but I think dragons are going to be first priority because I just want to see them come to fruition, specifically the bumblebee dragons. Also, every time I say bumblebee, I think of that warm-up that we used to do in choir that went bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. Like that, but better, you know. Anyways, let's go. What are you doing? I am all clean. I'm watching Judge Judy. Love this woman. Just finished a camo Nyx the Dragon. The eyes definitely are growing on me. Those are very cool looking, and I'm glad that I did the wings also in the camo yarn. Wait, what am I talking about? What am I holding? You can't see it. It's blending in. All right, let's do the bee. I'm modifying the pattern just a tad so that it's a little bit bigger since I'm using Parfait Chunky and a 5.5 millimeter hook. Also, you can tell I'm using Parfait Chunky because there's already fluff on me. Even though I just started, this is a very, very soft skein of Parfait Chunky though. It is very pleasant to grope. I think for the horns, I'm going to use that same fuzzy, Feels Like Bliss that I used for the wings. And then I didn't really think through the eyes because I only have black safety eyes. So should I do black on black or should I make the eyes white? Maybe I'll embroider the eyes with white and then they'll be baby safe too. Look at this little guy. I made him stubby and a little bit more rotund. And then, of course, made the tail really short so it looks like a little stinger. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, I gotta stick in that stuffing right there. Man, the stuffing really shows through on the black. But I'm going to do one more of these. I don't think tonight because I'm pretty tired and it's 4 a.m. So I'm going to head to bed. Ryan just got out of the shower. So we're going to go night-night. And tomorrow, when I do another one of these, I am going to actually do it according to the Nyx the Dragon pattern. With like the long tail and everything. It's going to turn out smaller. Oh, let's do a size comparison actually. So here is the one that I made out of the chenille brights. So you can see how much smaller it is. It's longer, or the chenille brights one is much longer and just overall bigger because this is a bigger yarn and I use a 6.5 millimeter hook with this. And then this is very small. This bright yellow is Naughty Pony. Very nice yarn to work with. It feels a lot like Elise Voluto actually. It's like the love child of Parfait Chunky and Elise Voluto. It is on the thinner side though, so it does come out pretty small when I use them. But I mean, that is like he just fits in your hands so nice. Ryan's gonna love it. Black and yellow, black and yellow. What do you think of him?
He's very cute.
The owner of Naughty Pony, Carrie, I consider her a friend. She's a friend of mine. So support her yarn brand. I think she has new colors too, so I'm gonna need to get my grubby paws on those. Okay, I am very, very tired. So I will see you tomorrow where we're going to make another bee dragon. And then I think the one after that, I'm eager to do like the really, like the neon one that I was talking about earlier with the parfait pom-pom wings. That's the next most excited one. So good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. It is a very windy day today, but we are out for a little family stroll. It's really nice out. We're supposed to be getting severe weather tomorrow, so you might get to see a shelter in place for tornadoes, because we're supposed to be getting a couple tomorrow because it is still winter and like 72 degrees, and that normally means it's nadir weather. So we're just enjoying some family time right now. When he leaves for work, we'll put her down to nap, and then by her I mean the baby who I'm looking at, and then we will continue working on some dragons. I love her little shadow. There's a kitty cat sitting at the door of the studio. Looks like Sanford and Sons out here. I have a trash bin out there that we're gonna take out right now, actually. But I just wanted to get some footage of the cat because I know y'all are a lot of cat people out here. Also, if you're wondering, yes, we do have skirting for the shed. Celeste is very excited about the cat. We do have skirting for it. We just have not had the opportunity to put it on yet because we have had like 2 feet of snow and it all melted within the last day and a half. Paisley is now dragon guard dog. I mean, she's not a great guard dog because she just rolls over in submission the second I approach her for the belly pats. So I remembered that I have these really cool like blue glass safety eyes. So that is what I put in here instead of doing white embroidery on this one too. Also, I am having to airdrop all of my old photos over to my new computer because it's like the easiest way, because I don't want to transfer everything. It's a long story, but just know that I am multitasking here. I'm getting all my old stuff onto my new computer as well as making this bee dragon. It is now 4:30. I have been at work for a few hours. I finished up this little guy. So this is Bumblebee Dragon number 2. I did less rounds for each color, so that way I would get a couple of stripes in this one, unlike the other one where it was just like one yellow band. This one has 3 yellow stripes. There's fluff all over him. Those eyes are so cool looking. And then I did a normal dragon tail. Now, because it is parfait chunky, it is a lot smaller than a normal dragon. So I'll show you a comparison here in just a second. But I also just finished this one. So I used a 6.5 millimeter hook and double stranded those 2 Big Twist Posh colors. This fluff all over them. Oh my gosh. And then the parfait pom-pom for the wings and the horns. This guy is really cool. Ryan really enjoys this one. It is even brighter in person than it is coming off on camera. But to show you a comparison here they are. So as you can see, the bee is much smaller, even when I followed the pattern exactly, which by the way, I have memorized. This is a very easy pattern to memorize. Like after you get past the face shaping, it's so easy to do. Very easy to memorize. So every couple of months that I pick up this pattern again, I have to follow it like once or twice, and then I'm just whipping these out, man. So the baby is asleep right now, and she's got another like 45-ish minutes on her nap. So I think because I'm very tired, if you could not tell my heavy eyelids, I am going to close my eyes for a little bit, take a little nap, and then I got to get up, make dinner. I've got dishes to do. I've got laundry to fold, play with her. do our whole bedtime routine, dinner, bath, book, all of that, put her to bed. And tonight, excuse me, tonight after she is down to bed, we will keep going. I do realize that it's currently halfway through the week and I have yet to make anything else besides dragons. And I feel like I probably should at some point, but I'm just having so much fun making them, and we picked out all those yarns. So we got to use all of them. So we're going to keep on the dragon train as of right now anyways. I just got some more glitter in the mail from Amazon that I am dying to use on safety eyes, but I think that we're going to do that tomorrow night instead. Hopefully, well, actually, now that I say that, hopefully we don't get severe weather because like I mentioned earlier, we're on tornado watch tomorrow. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to take a nap and I'll see you in a little bit. We're at Walmart and Celeste is picking out some yarn. Is that the yarn that you want to get? Let me feel it. Let me see. Is it nice, Bernat? My kid has good taste, you guys. This is a really nice skein of Bernat. I also found this one, which also feels really nice. This one is called Pretty Girl, and this one is called Purple Sunset. It is now about 10 o'clock, just got out of the shower, and as you can see from my tomato complexion, it was a little too hot of a shower. But I'm cozy in my jammies in my crochet helper shirt. You can get one, by the way, in my Etsy shop and on my website. But I just spent a little bit of time finally finishing moving everything over to my new laptop. So this is what my wallpaper looks like. I found this little wallpaper on Pinterest. Love Pinterest, man. Even in 2026, I still stand by the fact that Pinterest is great. Except now there's a bunch of AI stuff, and I have some suspicions that this artwork might be AI, specifically because of this bunny right here without any ears. But I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe his ears are just down. I don't know. I have a little post-it note here with a bunch of stickers that I am completely out of. And as you can see, that is quite a few. I'm going to get these printing so that way tomorrow while we're out there making eyes, if I do decide to go out there tomorrow night, I can be cutting stickers while we're doing that. For right now, we are going to go ahead and get back to making some dragons. I have my next batches of yarn here. I think we're going to start with the Lisa Frank one. Also, what did we say was going to be the accent color with this? I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the footage or just wing it. And then I also pulled out this one, which we just got at Hobby Lobby. And I thought that using this sparkly green with it would actually look really nice. Even though there is no green in that yarn, I still think the colors would really pop together. I also have some safety eyes over there that we'll utilize. So we have a mess over here of stuff. Also, look at my duck. That wooden duck is from Scotland and it's adorable. He's wearing little galoshes. You just can't see them because he's shoved in the corner looking like he's in timeout. But I just don't want him to fall and break with me pulling yarn in and out. I need more storage over here. This cabinet doesn't shut all the way either. It's like something is down there that is blocking the door from shutting. It's a mess. Anyways, you know what I was thinking today while Celeste and I were out running errands tonight is it would be kind of cute since I have so many dragons. It would be a cute idea to like tie a little ribbon around each of their necks with a little card made of like cardstock that I print on that has their name and then a little like just couple sentence biography about them and then make them all different. And I always offer the little carrying cases with my dragon adoptions. I think that might give a little extra something if like people not only choose the color that they like, but if the dragon has like a personality, you know, I think that would just add a little air of more personality. Okay, let's go ahead and get these printing. the sticker pages printing and get working on this Lisa Frank dragon. That's what I'm calling it, just because the colors kind of remind me of Lisa Frank. This yarn is Cover Story by Lion Brand, and it is very thick. I normally use an 8mm hook on this, but I don't know where my 8mm hook is, so if I can't find it, then I'm just going to use my 6.5 and hope that it doesn't kill my hands. So wish me luck. Okay, I did find my big hook. I'll link these for you. I say this in like every vlog, but I absolutely love this set of hooks because look at them, they're all metal. Let's find the 8mm, which is this girthy baby right here. And all we got to do is twist it on. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Probably not. I'm not that skilled. Oh my gosh, look at me go. Got it. All right, and we are locked and loaded, my friends. Are you ready for the grand reveal? Dun 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 dun. Okay, the wings look yellow in this lighting, but they are in fact lime green. So the way that the color changes worked up where all the action is on the bottom and then the boring piece is on the top with like the solid blue, but it's okay. I mean, his wings are there, so it gives a little extra something something. I did not color change for the horns, but I did use those eyes that we picked out in the neon yellow. This guy is huge. Actually, maybe we should name her Big Bertha because look, actually I don't have another dragon here to compare. This is humongous. Normally they kind of fit in the palm of your hand. This one is like my entire forearm. So Big Bertha, Big Lisa Frank Bertha is done. This yarn is very soft though, but I think this is going to be the only one that I do in the 8mm hook. This yarn is quite expensive too, actually. So I would ideally charge a little bit extra for this one because this took more money and materials. Not only did it take more yarn, but just the yarn itself per gram is more expensive. But I will display it with all of the others because it doesn't really make sense for me to display it separately, or like I guess I could put it in the misfit bin, but now I'll display it with all the others and it will just be bigger than the others, and that's fine. And then like the bees are going to be smaller than the others, but it gives them all a little more personality, so that's okay. So the next one that we're going to do, I think we'll use this yarn again, and the next one will be out of this yarn. This yarn worked up so cool. It looks like a little circus dragon. Isn't that so cool looking that we got at Hobby Lobby? I did accidentally mess up the face, so it's a little misshapen. As you can see, it's bigger on this side than that side, but it's okay. He's unique. Also, the wings are giant compared to this little body. I use a 6mm hook with this yarn because it's a little bit bigger than Parfait Chunky, but definitely not as big as Bernat, which is what the wings are. So he's just like a little baby circus dragon who's got to grow into his wings, kind of like Dumbo with his ears. So I'm working on now the pastel one, but I ran out of this purple, so I had to color change to white. And the other wing, I need to add a white trim to it, but then this one has a few extra stitches of white on a second row, so hopefully it won't be too noticeable. I don't think it will be, but this is Elise Voluto, and I have no more of this, so I'm going to need to place an Elise Voluto order soon. I'm actually out of quite a few colors, but this light purple is one that's been on my list to get for a while. I don't think that you can really tell. If I didn't point out that there's more white on this one, would you be able to tell? Probably not. So I actually just timed this one, and it took me exactly 25 minutes to make, including sewing on the wings. I did shorten the body by 1 round though, because I wanted to make this one a little bit smaller, and since the colors definitely read more baby-esque, I am going to embroider the eyes on it. but 25 minutes to do this. If you are wondering, minus a round. So I don't know, 26 minutes because the rounds aren't very big, but that's good for a $20 price. So let's embroider these little eyes. There we go, sweet little baby dragon. Now I'm gonna do one in this kaleidoscope color, but I don't have a wing color over here, so I'm just going to do the body, and we'll do the wings tomorrow maybe. I don't remember what color we pulled for this. Oh my gosh, didn't we pull a teal? And then I do have some black yarn up there, so I'm going to do one that is like toothless inspired with a little bit of red. There's a hair on it. With a little bit of red on the tail. And I do have the green eyes over here. I actually have 2 sets of green eyes. So maybe we'll do 1 set of the green on this, or maybe I do 2 toothlesses. I don't know. I kind of want to have all of the dragons different and not do multiples, because so far I have no multiples. I have some that are similar color schemes, but none that are identical. But I feel like toothless would probably be a good seller, maybe. Although it's not really going to look like toothless outside of the fact that it'll have a little bit of red on its tail and green eyes. So I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling after I do this one and then the one black dragon. Here we have little toothless inspired dragon. I realized that the reason that I set these eyes aside is these were in my latest safety eye drop. I named them Money Honey because they're gold and green. But the 2 20mm eyes that I made, as you can see, they're different. This one has a much smaller pupil, and then this one has a larger pupil because I just mixed all of my 20s and I didn't realize they came from different sellers, and went to go pack them for an order, and I was like, oh, they're different size pupils. So I'm using them on my projects instead of giving them to somebody who purchased. You can't tell though when he's just looking like this. There's stuffing sticking out because it's black yarn, of course, but I just freehanded this little tail fin situation. But there is little toothless inspired dragon. Also, I found the yarn to finish this guy. We were going to go with the sparkly. And after toothless and this one is done, we are at 18 dragons. I would like to get to 20 or 21 dragons. I pulled out my yarn here. This is one that we got today. So I want to make a dragon in this. I want to make a dragon in this. And then I want to do at least 1 dragon in the rainbow. But considering how much yarn I have left of this, if I have enough, I'm going to go ahead and just use it up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So we're going to make over 20 dragons this week. You should see them all in their pile over there. I'm going to wait to show you till we're done with all of them for the actual like shock factor of this pile of dragons that looks like they're the zombies in World War Z climbing up the wall, but they're just climbing up the couch. There's a lot of them. Look at how tiny these wings are. I did use a 6mm hook on them, but this velvet yarn is so tiny. They're like little pixie wings. They're kind of cute, actually. Let me ask you a question. Do I look buff? Because after working with this Bernat, I'm practically Dwayne The Rock Johnson. This stuff was tough. Oh my goodness, my arms and my wrists are on fire. I do not have any yarn in here to do wings for it. I think I want to do blue wings. Look at how nice that worked up though. This is Smooth Sailing in Burnout Blanket. I got 2 skeins of it from Hirschner's, and unfortunately both are a little rough. Filling the skein, I was like, it's not terrible. It's not the worst I've ever felt, but working with it proved to be a challenge. But because it hurt my hands and wrists and arms so much, I think it's a good place to call it done for tonight, especially because it's like 2:30 in the morning. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so Before we leave for that, I will run out to the studio and grab some yarn to get for the wings for this dragon in the purple as well as this dragon. And then that way, while I'm at the doctor's office waiting, I can make wings because those are so easy to do since I don't need stuffing or safety eyes or anything like that. So that is going to be the plan for tomorrow. And then I'm going to be at my dragon quota. So what do we want to make next? I do have yarn in here. I have some red that I brought in to make a hornet from Hollow Knight. It's like a mythical creature. If I make it, you'll see what it looks like. The red is for her cape. I'm pretty sure it's a her. I should probably look that up. But I want to make a hornet because I think that that would be a really fun project. Plus, I have a free pattern for it. Or I could just look through my pattern downloads and see what there is that is calling to me. I just feel like I need something more substantial. I have a pile of dragons, but that's not super exciting to show off in this week's makes video. So I need something more showstoppery, you know? It is Thursday tomorrow, so I still have a few days. If I want to start a large project, I will have time to finish it. But yeah, I'm going to say goodnight now, and I will see you tomorrow sometime. Good morning, everybody. Please feast your eyes on this beauty right now. Look at how the light is coming through. Well, actually, a cloud just passed. But the light comes through so pretty in the morning. All right, good morning, yarn wall. We need to pick out some yarn to go with this for the wings. Maybe that one right there. This is a blue color that I don't use often. And I have a little bit of it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and then we need one to go with the purple as well. And I remember looking at it and like a denim color would look nice. Oh, we could use this Burnout Mystical. Or there's this, is this Chenille Home Slim? Yes, that's Chenille Home Slim. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one. All right, let's get going to the appointment. I'm at the doctor now. I grabbed some of this burnout frosting too before I left, and I'm going to do a full dragon in the frosting. So I'm right now making the wings for it, but it's one of the new ones that I got from Hirschner's, and it's just so pretty and so soft. I was itching to use it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of wings to make, but the things only take me like 3 minutes to make each. So I'll definitely finish that, I'm sure, while I'm waiting. I'm now waiting to get my blood drawn. Look at this mess that I have here. I'm about to start the very last wing. Okay, we are home, and I want to finally get the window cling put up on my door. I need to piecemeal it together. In the last vlog, I think I remember telling you guys that what I have is not wide enough, as you can see. So I think we're going to need to just go like this and then do 2 and a little bit at the bottom there. And there's going to be a seam. First of all, it already looks beautiful on the door. Secondly, I need to touch up paint because I accidentally used my X-Acto knife and ripped it off as I was trimming the piece. But that's okay because I still got to figure out what I'm doing down here and going to need to get this purple paint out. I need to get the other window cling, which is in the house, so I will bring that out later tonight to come out here and do that. I also desperately need to vacuum in here and also wash this mat. Look at how muddy this is. This is why I have a mat down, because of, look at all the dead grass because of all the snow that we have gotten, and then it melted and then it was muddy and just we've been tracking stuff in. So that's why we do no shoes in the shed, because imagine that on my pretty white rug. No, thank you. Baby is down for a nap. I am sitting here cozy in my chair trying to send things to the printer. And as printers do, this one's being a little pill and something is wrong. It says printer error. So I gotta go all the way up the stairs. Woe is me, and try to figure out what's wrong with this printer. I think we're just going to unplug it and plug it back in because that usually fixes it. Yep, we had a stuck paper and turning it off and turning it back on did nothing. And now there's this thing blinking at me and I don't know what to do to fix it, and Ryan's at work. Melodramatic is my middle name. Okay, I think I got it unstuck, but now it's not connecting to Wi-Fi. Is there like a support group for people who get triggered immensely by printers? Because I need to be in that support group. The printer and the Cricut, between the two of them, they're gonna make me crash out. Oh my gosh, after like 20 minutes. I only have so long during the day that I can work with the baby sleeping. Otherwise, I have to be in full mom mode. And it really irks me when I spend 20 minutes of what little time I have during the day just wrestling with this little black box. But the good news is that these look really nice. So I printed a couple in different sizes because I wasn't sure what size I would do. These are really big. So I think I will go ahead and cut them, and then I'll just provide them as like freebies with repeat customers. It's kind of like a golden ticket, you know, they open their sticker order and then they might get a giant Cosmic Couch sticker. But these are the ones that I think I'm going to put up on the website because they're much more reasonable for size. These are like bigger than my professional hobby collector stickers, which is already very large. And then I also printed some more Katie and Ryan chibi. There's a few of them in here. The yarn doggy. We've got a bunch to cut this afternoon, but we've got 3 more of the Cosmic Couch stickers to print. And I need to set up the printer on my new laptop, which also seems like something that I really don't want to do right now. Also, say hello to the old office. Look at what a disaster it is in here. Most of this is from my 15-month-old, 16-month-old now. There's all my Snuggle sprites up there. They were displayed on the bookshelf that was right here, but we actually moved that bookshelf out and put it in Celeste's room for her books. And then here's all of my overstock yarn that doesn't fit out in the shed because they're like repeats, or it's yarn that really doesn't feel good. So I'd rather use the stuff that's outside before reaching for any of this. Oh, and all the fluffy flecks are out here because they're giant, or in here, I mean, because they're giant skeins. And they just take up so much room. My bookcases in here are relatively empty at this point. There's still a couple of things. That is just a ribbon holder, but I took all the ribbons out of it. Oh my gosh, if they wake the baby up. I have been back to work for a little bit now. I just sewed the wings on this guy, and I really like this one. It's funny because this side looks like pink and blue, and then this side is more like, well, pink and blue, and then the top is more white and blue, like the way that the variegated worked up. There's not very much white in this yarn. On the skein, it looks like it was pretty even amongst the blue, pink, and white, but they're just like little specks of it, which almost makes it look like I embroidered it, but I didn't. It was just the way that the variegated worked. And then I also just finished this one in the burnout frosting, and I did embroidered little eyes on this one, just little eye slits. So this one is baby safe, or not baby safe, but baby friendly without the safety eyes. Also, last night I was talking about what I wanted to make after I hit my dragon quota, which we're just about at, after I do 2 more. Yeah, 2 more. I might do 3 more though. They're just so much fun to make. I just can't stop making them. And I have yarn up there to do 1 more if I want to. But anyways, a subscriber reached out to me today and asked if I wanted to make their newest pattern. It's like a anthropomorphic kind of dragon. It looks definitely good for like babies. So I figured while we have this burnout frosting yarn out, it might be good to use for a dragon. And since I'm kind of in a Crojo slump once I'm done making what I want to make, which is just a bunch of Nyx the Dragons, then this might help me get out of that Crojo slump because it gives me something to make. And this frosting yarn is very soft and nice to work with. And this seems like it's going to be a couple hour project. I just need to figure out what accent color I want to do because this frosting has a little bit of like, it's almost so light mint that you can hardly even see the mint. There's a little bit of it right there. And then it also has like a gray speckle in it. So we'll need to see what yarn will work with this without being too harsh. Because like I don't really want to use gray because I feel like the gray up against this would like, I don't know, just be too harsh. We need something nice and soft. So maybe a nice light mint. We shall see. We'll look in the stash when we go out there later tonight. Oh, and also I'm keeping an eye on the radar because we are on tornado watch right now. It's not a tornado warning. If you don't know the difference, a tornado watch just means we have all of the ingredients for a tornado. A tornado warning means there is an active tornado that is near touchdown or has touched down. So we are on tornado watch. So the weather is a perfect recipe for a tornado, but there have been none spotted yet in my area. So we're just keeping an eye on the radar. We have a basement if we need to shelter, but hopefully that's not the case. The storm should be passed by about 9 p.m. tonight. We should be good to go out and do some work later. All right, it is time for me to go get dinner going. We'll go get Celeste awake and then make dinner and do our evening stuff. Wanted to show you these two little dragons that are fresh off the hook. This one I kind of butchered the face on. It has like no shaping to it, but it's okay. It makes them all look different. So there's this one with the purple variegated Bernat that we got at Walmart last night with the denim colored chenille brights. Then this one is really cool. Here is the rainbow one with the tie-dye and then the Amazon chenille. And I had just a teeny tiny bit of this tie-dye basics brights left. So I trimmed the wings and there's literally barely any of this left. Like I'm not going to be able to make anything out of this. So I'll probably just throw it in my scrap bin, maybe use it for an accent on something small. But just finish these two up. Tonight, I think we're going to make one more in that pink yarn up there, and then we'll work on the larger dragon that the subscriber sent me the pattern of. Oh, also, according to the monitor, Celeste just woke up, so perfect timing. I'll talk to you later. Look at this mountain of dragons. Honestly, I feel like it doesn't look like 20. Okay, did decide to come out to the studio to do a little bit of work, primarily get all of these stickers cut because I have an order that needs to go out that needs one last sticker that I ran out of and needed to print. But before we forget, let's grab some yarn to bring in for tonight, or later tonight, that is, to make that other dragon. Have I been saying dinosaur? It's another dragon. So I think we're going to go with burnout frosting in the color Cloudy. So we need a good accent color. Now we could go light gray, which does match, but is that a little too predictable, a little too boring? I'm kind of thinking yes. Ooh, we do have that blue. That's pretty. I mean, it doesn't match exactly. What's in the frosting is a little bit more minty, but I do think that it matches like the mutedness. And I do believe that I have enough of that Elise Voluto. Or we have some mint colors over here. But see, those are just, they're too vibrant, you know? So, or we could do, that's kind of pretty too, the teal. I actually already have another dragon though in my market stuff that has not sold despite it being like a year going to markets. That is teal. So I think we're going to go blue. I think that's a really pretty color combo. Now, do I want to do embroidered eyes or special safety eyes for it? I'm kind of thinking embroidered eyes just because I imagine it going to a young child slash baby. So I think we're gonna embroider the eyes. Okay, I need a sip of water. It is actually really warm in here. I had to turn the fans on for the very first time, which definitely helps, but oh, it is humid. I also opened the window to get a little breeze in here because it's really nice outside right now. I've got the monitor, Celeste's sound asleep. We've got a little bit, but I do want to go in fairly early so that I can take a shower and get crocheting, because as much as I want to make safety eyes, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I should do that on a night when Ryan's home. Oh, what do I want to do? Let's do, how about this? I'm going to start cutting. I'm talking you guys through what goes on in my head on a daily basis. We're going to cut the stickers, and since that's relatively a hands-off process where I can start the Cricut going and then step away for a few minutes while it finishes up, I will work on eyes in between the sticker sheets, but I'm not going to stay out here long and solely work on eyes. I'll just get as many done as I can as long as it takes the stickers to print, so that way we can go back to crocheting. This is a very unattractive angle, but I don't have a tripod in here at the moment, nor do I have my beautiful filming assistant. I am getting the mats loaded for the Cricut, and I need to decide what type of laminate I want to use on the Cosmic Couch stickers. I'm kind of thinking sparkles. Should we do like the sparkle stars? I feel like that would be pretty because of, you know, obviously it's cosmic. This is what it looks like. Or I would just do plain. But you know what? I think we're going to go with the stars. If my logo was like in real life, which it kind of is, but hopefully you understand what I mean. If my logo was in real life, it would definitely be sparkly. So we're going to bring that to fruition today. And oh yeah, that looks nice. Ooh, well, you really can't see anything because the lighting's awful. The only problem is that this laminate sometimes likes to mess with the sensor marks on the Cricut, and it doesn't cut properly. So wish us luck that this will cut correctly. This is the first time ever cutting these stickers, so fingers crossed, let's go. I just realized that 3 of them, because remember I said I put more paper in the printer. Did I say that? I put more paper in the printer and it wasn't the waterproof sticker paper. So all of this ink is getting scrapped. All right, let's see how this cut. Pretty good, it looks like. Let's inspect closely. Okay, I think that looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. Okay, now here's the thing is that these are not waterproof because I didn't realize it until after I started this. So I'm going to write not waterproof on the backs of all of them, and then I will just include them for free in orders. So that was kind of a waste of time and material, but you know, mistakes happen. So now I'm going to cut the yarn doggies. The sirens are going off. So we are heading inside. All of that lightning and thunder is heading our way currently. Storms always happen at night. I swear it can never happen during the day. That's a big one. Sorry if you have a fear of storms. At least you can't hear it. It's very peaceful right now. It's not even raining. And the siren stopped. And in typical Midwest fashion, all of us are standing out here on our porches. Here's the rule with Midwest storms is you don't go inside until you hear a train. Because once you hear the sound of a train, you are in a tornado. And then you get swept off to Oz and get to meet Jonathan Bailey. Okay, I just came back out to turn everything off. And sirens are back on. This is why I need an outswing door. The rain is really starting to pick up. I think we're expected major hail. We're getting thunder now. We've got a tornado. Okay, the storm has rolled through. We are no longer on tornado watch or thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm warning. It's not even raining out anymore. I just went up, checked on baby Cakes, and she is sleeping soundly. I did take a shower and change into my jammies, but I wanted to come out here and just finish up what I was working on because I was stopped in the middle of cutting stickers. So I only have 3 pages left to do. And then I also had all of these eyes set out to start. So I think I'm gonna mix the epoxy really quickly while these last few pages are cutting, and then go inside for the night just in case we have another storm come through. But according to Ryan Hall, y'all, which if you live in the Midwest especially, you know that name, he says that we're done for the night in terms of storms. It's all moved past. So that is the plan. So I just finished a few sets of these new eyes. The lighting's really bad, but look at how pretty these are. They are color shifting from teal to lime green to dark green. They are so pretty. I'm making up a couple of these to drop in next month's eye drop because I had decided that what I was doing wasn't working, where I would just make a few pairs of eyes and then post them on my Instagram story for people to get if they wanted to. And then I felt bad because other people who weren't on Instagram were missing out on the eyes that I was making. So I decided to just save all of them up for the month, and then the first Monday of the month, every month going forward, is going to be the safety eye drop. So the next one is coming up, I think it's March 3rd, I believe. So just in a couple of days by the time you're seeing this, well, like in a week or so. So the first Monday of the month, mark it on your calendar if you're interested in getting eyes. And of course, if you don't want to get eyes, then no pressure to get them. I just figured that for those who do want them, this was more fair. So I have a bunch of them set out here. I'm not going to do all of them tonight because, as I've mentioned, I want to get in and get back to crocheting, but I'm just finishing up the ones in this size, which is a I'm doing 25 millimeters right now. Yeah, 25 millimeters right now. And I'm gonna do 4 more pairs, and then I'm gonna head in and we'll get back to our Dragon Palooza. Okay, I've been out here for longer than I wanted to be, but I was just on a roll. So I got all of these eyes done. So let's lock up the studio for the night and head in. I just finished our 23rd dragon, and I think with this one, I'm finally going to say we can move on to something else. I used a burnout blanket. I don't remember what this colorway is called, but it's a variegated, and I also did a little cream/ivory colored stripe because I had just a scrap of it, and I used it all up on the horns and the stripe on this little girl, and I gave her embroidered eyes because I don't know, I like to do the softer, more baby friendly colors with the embroidered eyes. Also, my nail polish is chipping. I literally just did this the other night and we've already lost some. This is why my nails never look nice. Anyways, I've got my yarn here, my burnout frosted, to start the big dragon. So we're going to hopefully get that done tonight. We'll see. It's already midnight, so I don't know how long that's going to take to do, but we'll at least get it started. Okay, it's been like a half an hour. I've done no crochet. I've just been doom scrolling on Instagram. I got crap all in my teeth. Send help. Tomorrow, I need to wake up fairly early for something. Oh my god. Oh, for something that we have going on. So I'm actually going to head to bed. Normally I like to stay up and wait until Ryan gets home and then we go to bed together, but I am very tired. And so we'll start on that other dragon tomorrow. And then I was also thinking, I have these eyes that I made. I call them the koi pond eyes. The lighting is awful, but they have little fishies on them and they're really beautiful. There's some that I offer in my safety eye drops, which by the way, I looked it up. March 2nd is going to be the next one, which is like in a few days from now when you're seeing this video. But I want to use these on something and I was thinking about what I could use them on. And since we're kind of on a dragon kick this week, maybe we pull out a pattern for a dragon that I already have. And I do have quite a few options. I have the Winnie dragon, I have a playful dragon, I have the Eden dragon pattern. So I have to figure out which one of those I want to do, but make it like modify the pattern so that it looks like a koi fish. And then I can use these eyes on it. And then it'll be like a koi fish. It'll like with black spots and orange spots, maybe not black, but definitely orange spots on a white body with maybe some little like whiskers or something. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like yet, but I think that that would be a great project for these eyes. So tomorrow is Friday. So that means I have Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday during the day to get the rest of my projects done, which I think is going to be plenty of time because I'm going to do that that viewers dragon and then one larger koi fish dragon, which will take me a few hours depending on the pattern, but I think that I can get those done. And then that way I have lots to show you guys in this week's makes video, which at this point you guys have already seen. So you know what I ended up doing, but I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. Maybe we'll change our mind completely. I still have the stuff in here to make more appa, little appas from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And then I also still have the yarn in here to make the Hollow Knight character. So I'm tired. I should go to bed. And we'll discuss in the morning. Anyways, sleep tight, everybody. Well, you're not going to bed right now, I don't think. But I am, so I'm gonna sleep tight and not let the bed bugs bite. We're here at the mall. We just dropped the baby off at my mom's. She normally goes to my mom's one day a week, but today my mom and her boyfriend are going to a boat show and they asked if Celeste could go with them because they thought that she would have fun there. So we have a few hours to just kill time while we are waiting for her to be done with her little date. On the way out here, I did make the 2 dragon legs and start the body. Oh, hey, look, Build-A-Bear. My old stomping grounds. Yes, I am a bear building veteran. Anyways, so I started the body on that standing dragon and I was thinking more about which pattern I want to use for the koi fish dragon with the fancy eyes, and I'm thinking that I want to do the Winnie dragon pattern because it's got a really long body and a really long tail, and I thought that that would look nice with all of the splotches of the orange and maybe black if we decide to do that. Winnie dragon takes a long time though. It's one of the most lengthy, time-consuming patterns, but I do think that it's going to do the koi fish dragon the most justice. So that's what we're gonna do. Also say hi to Ryan. Hi. So I wanted to show you, this is as far as I've gotten on the dragon body. I freaking love this yarn. It is so cute, and the blue with it was a good choice. The lighting in here is very harsh right now, so excuse that. But I didn't bring stuffing with me, so I do have 3 more rounds to actually finish the body, but I don't want to decrease anymore because I got to get my big beefy hand in there to stuff the legs. So I went ahead and cut it off. And now I'm going to work on probably the arms next. With the arms, I'm going to need to close those off with adding a little bit of stuffing to them. So I don't want to do the arms right now because, again, I don't have stuffing. Same with the head. Oh, I could do the ears. Oh, wait, no, I can't. Oh wait, yes I can. Yes I can. I was gonna say I don't have the inner ear color, but I think we're just gonna use the blue. When we get home, we'll finish up the body, the arms, the head, and then combine it all together for the grand reveal. Celeste, are you teasing Dada? I guess we're getting more cheese balls. I am going out to the shed to grab some yarn now that we're home. It's so nice today. Look at how blue the sky is. Oh, it's so pretty. It is a little chilly today though. I definitely need to wear a sweatshirt. It's like 40 degrees and windy. If this video isn't an ad for Midwest weather, I don't know what is. Oh yeah, I don't think that I showed you guys how the window cling looks, but you can't really see the seams. This one kind of lands over the trim on the outside, so you really can't see it, but I think it does look really nice. And it helps too at nighttime if I'm in here working, because this is a huge window and people walking by on the street can see in. We do have cameras surrounding the house and the shed, and we're going to be getting a fence soon, so that will really just enclose it. But in the meantime, this works really nicely and it creates a beautiful rainbow glow, which we love. Oh, look at it. It looks like tie-dye. We need to vacuum the rug. We will do that very soon. But I wanted to come in here really quickly to grab some orange yarn for our koi fish make. Oh no, do I not have any orange mystical? I don't think I do. No, I was picturing using the orange mystical. Oh gosh, that's a bummer. Darn it, we were just out in the city too. We could have ran by Michael's and picked it up. Okay, what do I use then? I mean, oh, wait a second. Okay, I have a little tiny bit. I don't know if this is going to be enough, but we will make it enough because it's a very large pattern. Okay, all right, we've got a little bit, but I gotta add that to my list to pick up more of because that is a color that I use frequently. Now, do we want to also include some black? I'm kind of thinking no. I think just white and orange would look nice. And oh, I also needed to grab some gray for the horns on the dragon. Do I have one of these that's open? I do not. For the little dragon that I was making in the car, which by the way, I got the ears done. That was it because I was getting car sick, so I didn't make any more. Do we need anything else while we're in here? I have white yarn in the house. Hopefully that's enough. If not, I can come out here and grab some more. Okay, I don't think we need anything else. Let's go get back to work. I did get the body stuffed, but I still need to finish those last few rounds. I am taking a look at my YouTube studio, and my last vlog that just went up today is performing very poorly. So usually when this happens, it means that I need to change something. So I'm going to take a minute and go into Canva and see about possibly changing the thumbnail a little bit, because that usually helps like reinvigorate the algorithm. There was a note this morning on my YouTube studio saying less people are choosing to watch this video, so that like people might just not find this thumbnail interesting, or like just something about it does not encourage people to want to watch the video. So I'm going to change it up a little bit and then I'll get back to the dragon. So this is what I changed it to. So I'm going to go ahead and change it in YouTube Studio and see if that helps the video perform a little bit better. Hopefully it does. I know a lot of you guys enjoy these vlogs and I absolutely love making them, but they are a beast to edit. These things take me like 6 hours to edit, and believe it or not, I do cut out a lot of footage that is just like repeat and stuff. I got crap in my teeth again. Oh my gosh. Anyways, as I was saying, they are a beast to edit. They usually take me all day long, And so it's nice when they actually, like, when people actually want to watch them because it validates me putting the time into editing them. So thank you to everybody who is watching this right now and who enjoys just spending the day with me or the week with me as you're working on your own project. Leave me a comment as always. I want to know what you're working on because I'm nosy. Also, while you're down in the comments, let's do our emoji of the day. What should our emoji today be? I feel like we're going through so many emojis. What haven't we done? I'm looking around my living room right now to see what there is that we could do. Okay, there are flowers across from me over there on the TV console. So let's do a flower emoji. We have technically done that as a secret emoji before, but that was a long time ago. So let's do a flower emoji. If you're watching this part of the video, go down to the comments section. You can pick whichever flower you'd like to. Comment your favorite one or all of them if you like all the flowers. I personally am not a flower girl. It just makes me sad when they die. I love artificial flowers though. And actually what's across from me over there is baby's breath, which like never dies. So baby's breath I actually really like. And at Walmart, they have like rainbow baby's breath. It is so cool. They must dye the water that they use to nourish them as they're growing, and then it dyes the baby's breath different colors. And Ryan got me those for Valentine's Day, and they're like a really pretty vibrant purple. But other than flowers that don't die, I don't care for them because they're very pretty and I enjoy them, and then I get sad when they die. All right. Anyway, so now that this thumbnail is all done, we are going to finish up this guy so that we can finally start on our koi fish dragon. And then you know what else I was thinking? I kind of want to write another pattern, and a few people have asked me if like I would be willing to go through the process of me writing a pattern, and I think that this is the video that we're going to do that in. Oh, my sister is just texting me. And I have an idea for a pattern that I actually made one of, gosh, over a year at this point now. It's one of the first videos on the channel is when I showed this off, actually. It was a This Week's Makes, and it was a dinosaur holding a boba cup. And I recently posted a recap reel on Instagram of all of my favorite plushies that I have made, and included in that was the Boba dino, as I coined him. And so many people were like, where's the pattern for that? And I was like, I'm sorry, I freehanded it. And I always feel so bad when I have to say that because like I want to provide people the option to make one if they want to. So I want to write just a pattern from scratch of a Boba dino. And I have like ideas of doing just Boba buddies where it's just a bunch of different creatures holding a boba cup that's the same size as them, because I think that that's just adorable. So in this video, you'll get to see the whole process of like conception to actual product. We're probably not going to have time in this vlog to finish the pattern test. I hope that you guys are excited about the pattern designing process because I am. I've been thinking about designing this pattern for many weeks at this point. Yay. Okay, I got to get back to work so that I can do the fun stuff that I want to do, like pattern writing. Okay, nap time is about over, so I just wanted to show you how far I got on this guy. The head took a while, I feel like, but I did embroider the eyes like I said I would be doing. They look pretty good, pretty even. I still need to do the horns and the tail and the wings, but he's looking pretty darn cute. I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes going through my email and responding to Etsy messages and work emails. So I'll check in with you guys after I get the baby down to bed tonight and we continue on this. Okie dokie, it is now about 9:30 and I have just about finished this guy, sans the wings. So I did 2 wings and they didn't match. And this wing that I did looks absolutely nothing like the picture. But to be fair, my attention was split because I was also trying to edit the first part of this video that you're watching right now. So I did already fasten this off. I'm just going to throw it into my stuffing bag and use it for stuffing. So I do have enough of this frosting yarn left, but this guy used a lot of yarn, honestly. There is not much left. I do have a whole other skein of this, and I did one of the Nix the Dragons in it. So, I mean, this definitely didn't use a whole skein, but just if you're interested in doing this pattern, just know that it does use a moderate amount of yarn, but not a crazy ton. So I need to remake both wings. My hair is wackadoodle right now. But also look at this. Since I changed the thumbnail a few hours ago, it's now performing a lot better. It's still performing much lower than my typical videos do. So this is just like a little sneak peek as to what creators see. So my drama video, of course, that was like the highest ranking at 2.4 thousand views in the first 12 hours, 17 minutes. And you can see all of it ranks your last 10 videos. So this vlog that I just posted is performing better than this one down here. And it's performing a little bit better than the podcast, which, by the way, Ryan and I are filming that this weekend. But anyways, I need to remake this wing so that I can finally move on to my koi pond dragon that, honestly, I'm excited for the finished product. I'm not excited to make it. The last few times I've made the Winnie Dragon, it has taken me a long time because of how long the tail is. I might decide to change my mind on the pattern just because of the tail. Like, that's what makes that pattern so, like, unique, I guess. I believe it's by Red Mills Crochet, but correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Red Mills Crochet is the creator of the Winnie Dragon. You've probably have seen it. It's like the dragon that's laying down, and it has this super long tail that almost wraps all the way around itself. Let me see what other dragon patterns I have, actually, now that I'm thinking about it even more. I don't want to have to do the tail. Like, that pattern is great, but, like, there comes a point when you're crocheting amigurumi something large. Like, something like this is nice and small. It's easy to work with. But on that dragon, the tail is so long that you get to a point where it's so cumbersome to actually crochet because you're having to, like, turn the whole thing over. And it's not, like, it's definitely not a quick, mindless make either. Like, there's a lot of paying attention to your stitch count on the rounds and everything. And I'm kind of in the mood to do something easier. I'm feeling lazy right now. So let's see what else we have. Okay, these aren't all of my dragon patterns that I have, but they're ones that I thought would be appropriate for a koi fish dragon. So this is the Winnie Dragon pattern that I was just talking about. So you've probably seen it before. Look at how long the tail is. So that's option 1. I also have this one, which I did not too long ago. I did the Haku mod for it from Spirited Away. This dragon took a very long time, but I do really like the shape of it. However, I already have a dragon in this shape that's going to be at my booth, so I'm kind of thinking I want to do something different, although this is a really great shape for a koi dragon. There's this one by Snugglebeans Crochet. This one is kind of like the Winnie Dragon in a way, only because it has the long tail, but this one is a lot less work. So I think that this one might be cute, and I do like the shape of the back. So I think that this is one of the top contenders for the Eden Dragon. Then we have the Snuggle Dragon, which I have made multiple times. And this one I do really like, but I feel like it doesn't fit the vibe of the koi fish because, I don't know, I feel like it's playful, and I feel like a koi fish is more sophisticated, if that makes any sense. So I think I'll save this one for another time. I do want to make another one of those soon, though. Then we have this Flower Dragon, which I have never made before. But that one's cute, and I could modify it to, you know, just be a koi fish. I just don't know if it's going to be big enough. I have 30mm eyes, so I don't know if this head is going to be large enough. I can look at the pattern and see, But one thing that I don't love about this one is the legs. Like, I think that this is very cute as it's written, but I think for what I'm going for with the koi fish, I don't like the legs like this. Unless I did fins instead. Wait a second, hold up now. We could do fins. And then it would almost kind of look like a Nessie. Okay, this one, definitely a contender. Then we have these two. These came in a pack, and I purchased these with the intention of making a set of them, and I started the head on one of them, and it was turning out gigantic. I think I was starting with this one here. The head turned out huge, and I stopped making it, and that head is still in my whips bag. So I have these two. I feel like I would rather make this one. They do look really cute together, but this one is kind of a funky shape, and I like that about it, but these also look giant. So I don't know if I want to do either of these for the koi fish. Then we, of course, have the iconic butterfly dragon, which I've made before, and these are a ton of work. The thing, though, is that I don't want the butterfly wings on my koi fish dragon because that doesn't make sense. So I wouldn't do these wings. I would use a different pattern dragon wing. And in which case, I don't know, then like the feet don't really make sense either because obviously we're going for a fish. So those were my dragon patterns. So I was just looking at the flower dragon pattern in more detail, and I do think that the 30mm eyes will work with the burnout yarn because they use 12mm eyes in the written pattern, but it's a much smaller yarn and hook. So I think that will be okay. I need to decide though if I want to do the wings as written. They look like this. And I do really like those. I just don't know if I would do them in a white because they're not double-sided. I don't really want to do color changes because then I'm going to have a bunch of ends that I'm going to have to weave in, and it's just going to, you know, create more risk of those coming undone when the plushie is played with or touched. So I guess I could do all white and then do flippers for the legs instead. And then the only other thing that I don't love just for the koi fish aspect is the neck comes in a lot. So I might modify the pattern a bit so that it does not decrease so much in the neck. And it's more of a, I don't know, a gradual decrease to increase, if that makes sense. And then obviously don't do the flowers. And then maybe for the tail, I could add something special on the end. But since I've never done this pattern before, let's go ahead and do this one. It'll be something new. But first, of course, I need to finish up this little man. Okay, I just redid it, and that looks a heck of a lot better than it did before when I actually had my attention solely on the pattern. Crazy how that works. Also, I forgot that I should be doing it in the accent color, and then I'm going to go around the outside with the main body color. So it's a good thing I messed up on that first one. Otherwise, the colors would have been reversed, which is fine, but I think that it's going to look better with the blue. Yeah, that's going to look nice. He's done. I love the way that these wings were done. I went ahead and pulled up this pattern by Home and Heart by Eva, just as an inspiration of what a crochet koi fish looks like, just so that way I can, you know, figure out how I want to do the color changes since I'll be freehanding all of those, as well as what a tail and fins kind of might look like. So this is going to be my inspo image as I'm working. Okie dokie, so this is the start of the head. The eyes are not completely snapped in yet. I just put the backs on to the first post to check the spacing of them. I just kind of made up this pattern as I went, and I wanted it to be kind of, you know, random and splotchy. It's like a Rorschach test. I need to taper off this last little bit of the orange here, but I think the eyes are good. Maybe. Does the right one need to go up a little bit? No, but is it too far back? Let's see. So this is the edge. Okay, yeah, it's too far back. Let's fix that. Okay, that is good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and snap those in and continue on to the body. A little update for you. It's now midnight. I've been working on this for, I don't know, about 30, 45 minutes now. It's looking very snake-like. I'm ending the body and I think about to start to the tail, but I am out of stuffing, so I need to go grab some more. Again, I'm just randomly doing these color changes for the little spots. I think it looks pretty good so far. It doesn't look like a fish. It just kind of looks like a cool color changed dragon. Or not even a dragon, honestly, like a weird snake head thing with a bulbous body. He's very portly, like myself, so I relate. So we're gonna keep going on this, and we'll see how long it takes to actually finish up this main body here. It is 12:01, so we'll see how long it takes just to do the tail, which I imagine is gonna take a while. It's now 12:33, and I just finished the tail with one little piece right here. Do you see how it's like sticking up? I gotta sew that down because it's gonna bother me. But the tail is done. I did shorten it just a tad. It curves ever so slightly, which is kind of cool. So now we get to work on all of the details to really make it look dragon slash fish-esque. It's now 1:07. So here's what I've done. I added some little black horns. Still need to do some ears. I made some little back fins, but still need to do front fins. I did some little tail dingly bobs. And I'm working right now on surface crocheting sorry, it was out of focus there. Surface crocheting a little back fin. I was thinking about going all the way up the head. Also, yes, of course, Paisley is here with me, acting like a baby. I was contemplating going all the way up the head with the fin, but I didn't want to cover this spot right here. So I'll just make the ears nice and big and like frilly, and then just end the surface crochet on the back right here. Right now I'm doing a double crochet increase in each stitch with a chain between them, and I think once I get about here I'll start, well actually no, maybe about here I'll start a double crochet and then a triple crochet increase so that it like gets bigger at the front. Or I don't really love how triple crochets look because they are, I don't know, they can get like bulgy with the how tall the post is, if that makes sense. So I'll see how it looks, and if I don't like it, then maybe what I'll do instead is I'll keep a double crochet, chain one turn, and then do half double on top of that, and then end it like here, and then just fasten off so that this side is still shorter. I think that's what we're gonna do. Also, Ryan is off work early tonight, so he is on his way home. Hip hip hooray. But the goal is to finish this before bed tonight, which I think I'll be able to do. But I've been working on the details so far for about a half an hour. It is 1:09, so we'll see how long it takes to finish all of the rest of the accessories. So the triple crochets did work for the fin. So the back fin has a little ruffle to it. So that is what it looks like. Now I got to figure out how to do the ears. Sorry that the light is so bright, but I'm going to walk you through the process of how I freehand things. It's just trial and error. So I'm going to chain, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That I think is a pretty good size, and then we'll chain one more for starting in the second chain from hook. So I have to remember what I do too, so I can repeat it on the other side. So chain 7, then we'll do 6 single crochets into the chain. Ooh, actually, you know what? Do I want to make it ruffly like the back fin? Or do I want to make it more like a dragon ear where it has like points on it? Like the dragon wings that we did earlier? Because if that's the case, then I need to go this way instead of this way. If we do the points, it'll work like that. But I feel like we should match it to this, yeah? Okay, I think we'll do that. So, frog this out. So we'll keep chain 7. And then I'm going to do a half double crochet increase with a chain between each, all the way down. And I don't think that this is going to get us to like the length that we want it, but we'll check it once we're done with this. Chain 1 and half double, half double. Okay, so it's definitely not long enough. It's too short. Is it too big? It might be too big. Yeah, I think it's too big. Okay, so, oh gosh, we're all trapped around the tail here. Okay, so we're gonna frog this out. Where'd it go? Okay, rip that out. Start from scratch. This time we're only gonna chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half double, chain 1. Half double, chain 1. Half double. Sorry if you're counting right now. Half double. Okay. Then we'll chain 1 turn. Now let's do another half double increase in each with a chain between, and we'll see how this looks. Chain 1. Oh gosh, where's my stitch? There we go. 1, 2, chain 1. Interesting. It's not rippling. Why is it not rippling? Okay, frog that out. Let's do a single crochet chain all the way across. Let's see how this looks. Single crochet chain. And then we'll hold this up. Oh, the ice maker's going. I don't know if you can hear it in there beeping. Our refrigerator isn't hooked up to a water supply. So we have an external ice maker. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Well, it doesn't ripple like how I was picturing it, but honestly, I kind of like how that looks. Doesn't that look nice? That definitely is fishy and dragony. So we'll say that that is good. So now we have to remember what it is that we did so that we can replicate it. Good thing I have it on camera. Okay, we chained 5, right? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half double increase across with a chain between them. And then we did a single crochet chain, single crochet chain, almost done. I was not able to get the back fins completely symmetrical, but it's okay. They're not close to each other, so you can't really tell. Okay, so here are my 2 ear fins, and they are the same size. Okay, so we got to sew those on, and then we need to figure out what we want to do for the front fins. Let's see. Well, maybe we could honestly do like this same thing, like this, but make it shorter widthwise and then longer lengthwise. Maybe we'll do that, or like increase as it goes out. Yeah, that looks pretty fishy. Also, are the horns even? I feel like the horns aren't even. I feel like they kind of look like my nipples, like that one's a little bit bigger. It's okay. It's handmade. It's okay if there are mistakes. It gives it personality. All right, let's sew these ears on. Rai's home. Let's see what he thinks of my creation.
Oh my god.
What do you think? It doesn't have front arms yet.
I see that. That's cool. I don't want to touch that. I haven't washed my hands yet.
Okay.
But
you like it?
That's very cool.
Does it look like a fish or a dragon?
A little bit of both.
Leah Michelle's face on the TV right now is great.
Oh boy.
Hi, Paisley.
It's like the body of a fish and like the head of a dragon.
Yeah, that was the goal.
But also like a dragon tail with fish flippers.
Yeah.
Fins.
So the hybrid was accomplished, do you think? How the eyes look in there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like that you went with the white and orange koi fish to let the blue really shine.
Yeah. And it matches the fish in the eyes.
Sure.
I don't think these are technically koi fish, though. Kois don't have that long of tail, but...
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm going to pretend they're koi fish. Still got to figure out what to do for the front flippers, though. It is a 1:30. This has taken me pretty much all night. What time did we start this? 10, I think? 10 p.m. or 10:30? So it's taken me a hot minute to do, which is fine. I figured that it would. Dragons normally are not quick, unless it's the Nyx the Dragon pattern, in which case, well, we've been there, done that. Let's finish this bad boy up. Oh my gosh, I almost dropped him. It's finally done. Took me about 3.5 hours. But this is the finished koi dragon. Honestly, didn't take me as long as I thought that it would. And I'll show it off better in this week's makes video, which you will have seen on Monday. By the way, reminder again that koi pond eyes like these will be dropping on March 2nd. Hopefully I have enough stickers to make a bunch of these because these eyes always sell out. And I feel bad because I just run out of stickers, so I'm just limited to how many I can make. So I did place an order for some, but I don't know if they're going to be here in time. We shall see. But there he is. We got to give him a name. What's a good koi dragon name? I don't know. See, I'm thinking Calcifer only because of the orange in him, which makes no sense because Calcifer is fire and this is water. So, you know what? Maybe it's ironic. Maybe we'll go with Calcifer. So now that we're done with this, I still have a full day left before filming, which is normally not how it is. Usually I am making something literally until midnight on Sunday night and I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta go film my Monday's video, and then I'm up till 3 a.m. finishing it and uploading it to YouTube. But I finished early this week, so part of me doesn't want, actually I would say all of me doesn't want to start another large project and then be down to the wire again. Maybe it's going to be nice to have some breathing room tomorrow to not have to finish a project and be stressed with it. So there are two options of what I can do. Number one is I want to make Celeste another sweater. If you saw last Friday's vlog, you loved the bobble stitch sweater that I made for her. But I have yarn, oh my gosh, I have yarn left over from that, and I kind of want to make her another sweater. It's going to be different. It's going to be like a cardigan style instead, with little strawberry bobble stitches on it that I'm just going to freehand. So I could start that. Or I could start working on writing that pattern that I mentioned I was going to write. I think right now Ryan needs to go shower and then we're going to head to bed. I think while he's getting his nighttime routine done, I'm going to go ahead and start on Celeste's sweater because I don't have yarn in here to start the Boba dino. And me writing a pattern is a pretty involved process. So I think that we'll start that in a few days. I always like to sketch out first what I want the finished plushie to look like, whether it be on like a pad and paper or on my iPad. So we need to start there, but I don't know. I'm not feeling like doing that right now. So I'm going to go grab the yarn really quick to start Celeste's sweater and then get started on that, at least like the first couple rows of it. It is a free pattern that I found. It's called the Adventure Sweater. I'll link it for you in the description box. And then for the yarn, I'm using the same yarn for that I used on her last sweater, which is the Caron Colorama Halo in cream. I'm not going to double strand it this time though, because last time I double stranded it and it came out really thick. Well, that's a lie. I am going to double strand it, but not with itself. I'm going to use that super duper thin, hang on, let me grab it. This yarn right here, the Loops and Threads Ombre, in the pastel color that I always love, in Blush Sky Blue Mint. That's a very long name. So I'm going to double strand that with the Colorama that I have left over. I have another skein that looks like this from doing her last sweater. So I've got plenty. And then this is the pattern that I'm using, which it's a free pattern, so I'm not spoiling anything for you here. The Adventure Sweater by Daisy Farm Crafts. I'm going to make it in the 24-month size. I already went through and highlighted all of the pieces that I need just to help my dyslexia a little bit, try to make sense of this as I'm reading it. And then I'll also cross off the rows as I go. And this does not have little strawberries in it, but I thought that it would be cute to do little strawberry bobble stitches. So I'm just going to kind of put those randomly throughout the sweater. I don't think we're going to finish the sweater in this vlog. This is going to be in my whips bag, like a to-go project where I can just whip it out and work on it in the car, or, you know, waiting at the doctor's or something like that. This is going to be a more slow burn project that's going to take me a little while based on how long the last sweater took me. But hey, maybe if I don't start writing that new pattern tomorrow, maybe I'll be able to whip it out in a day, but highly doubtful. Also, I was just thinking, should I add a little whisker to this guy? Like I could use, where is it? I have this white Posh yarn that I could use to add a little whisker to them, because both dragons and fish have a whisker. So I think I'm going to do that. I think that that would add a little something something. Okay, so to do this, I just pulled a piece through here, and then we want to knot it so that it doesn't just pull out like that. There we go. Obviously that side is a lot longer, but we will cut them even, and then we'll knot this side as well. There we go. So now it's in there nice and tight. And oh gosh, there's stuffing all over the strands. Cut it. Cut it. A little trim off this one. And there we go. Wait, they're still a little too long. Let's make them a little shorter. They're a little cumbersome. There we go. There we go. There we go. This one's like crimped. It needs to straighten. What do we think, Ryan?
Cool.
That's nice?
Yeah. It almost makes it look like a Chinese dragon.
Oh yeah, kind of.
But also koi fishy.
Yeah. Well, it is the year of the dragon. No, it's not. It's the year of the horse. I don't know why I said that. 2024 was the year of the dragon. I know, because Celeste was born in the year of the dragon. So people were legitimately calling themselves the mother of dragon. If you have a 2024 baby, you are like me. And we are the mother of dragons. Anyways, there's some whiskers. I need to pull out my 5mm crochet hook and put away my 6.5. Also, look at how cool this red tulip is. A subscriber gave this to me, and I cherish it, and I use it all the time. Thank you, Robin. But I need to pull out my pretty purple tulip crochet hook. Look at these. These are newer. They just released these. They're purple handle, but they also have purple metal. And I contemplated getting an entire set of them, but I can't justify the price for them. Not when I have an entire set of pink ones. The only reason I'd get another set is just to have it purple. And that seemed a little ridiculous. So, alas, I just have the one. And the reason I have this one in purple is because my 5mm tulip crochet hook from my set went missing a year ago. Have no idea where it is. We have rearranged furniture since then. We have switched cars and cleaned out cars. It just disappeared. It vanished into thin air. No idea where it is. So I went ahead and just bought this one. So I don't get to use it very often, but when I do, it makes me happy because it's purple. And that's the brand color, so it fits. It's been a few hours, and this is as far as I've gotten. So I am following the pattern, except just adding random puff strawberries to it. And I'm just freehanding these. These ends I'm not able to weave in as I go, though, just by the nature of the puff of the strawberry. So this is gonna suck to have to go through and weave all of these in. Some of them I think I made too short, so that's gonna be a nightmare to deal with, but I'm gonna try. So I gotta be more mindful moving forward about making sure that I leave the tails nice and long. But I really like the way that this yarn is working up with double stranding these two, because it like gives it a little bit of color, but it's not like a block color, if that makes sense. So you can see like there's a blue tint to it. And then down here, so there was actually a factory knot in here, and you can see it turns white right here. Actually, you can see the little knot right there. But it turns white, so I think it's gonna go pink next. But I really hope that this yarn does not just cut and tie every time it changes color. I have not worked with it other than right now, so we'll see. I mean, I don't see factory knots on the outside of the skein here, so I don't think that that's the case. I think that I just got unlucky with this one. I am doing a center pull, so I guess at the center they just, I don't know, there was a factory knot there. So I am at 5 rounds or 5 rows out of 13. So I've got many more to do before I can even move on. But this is the back of the sweater. So it's going to be cardigan style, like I mentioned. So it'll look like this. So these are going to be the little arms, and then this is the front of it. And it's going to get bigger because I'm increasing here at the arms. And now that I've made one sweater, I kind of know what to expect about this. Like, not to freak out that this looks really tiny, because it's going to get bigger. And then also we'll go back at the end and add a band all the way around. Also, we need buttons for this one. So I don't know if I want to do strawberry buttons or what, but we'll pick out some cute ones. Oh, I don't know about these strawberries on the sleeves here. They stick out really far. I guess it's kind of cute. I'm sure my sister will say it's ugly again, like she said the last one was. You guys disagreed with her, though. And you know what? I do, too. So, anyways, just wanted to show you this is what it's looking like so far. We'll continue it tomorrow. I am having fun working with this yarn and my pretty purple hook. This is as far as I got this morning. So, we have changed to the pink. But I really like the way that it looks, like mixed with the white. It's not super vibrant. And right now it's almost looking like a strawberry. The only thing that kind of bothers me is right here. That's where the knot was. I actually frogged that out and then did an invisible knot so that it wouldn't be sticking out there. So I had to color change really quick because of the knot in the yarn. So it's not a gradient. But hopefully once the whole thing is done, you won't really be able to tell. It looks right now that we're actually starting to color change to blue here after the pink. And then I think it'll go back to the mint color. I think right here, we're right up top here where the color pattern is. So it's going to repeat to the mint and then back to the pink. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you what yarn I was using for the strawberries. So I am using this Kobu yarn in pink, and then this is the Loops and Threads Fluffy Flex that I always speak very highly of. It does untwist, as you can see there. So not great for beginners, but I absolutely love the colors that this yarn comes in, and the little flecks in it are a lot of fun. So there's a little bit of blue in this, which is perfect because there's going to be blue in this as well. So this is what we're looking like. The interior is kind of scaring me because I never have to worry about ends with amigurumi, and this is terrifying to me. So I don't really know how, oh, there's a hair in it. That's embarrassing. So I don't really know how long it's going to take me to weave in the ends because I'm not used to doing it. And I hope that I'm leaving long enough ends. Like that one's definitely long enough, but will this one be? I don't know. And I'm worried about them coming undone. So I'm tying them as I go. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I tied them all together inside of there. So hopefully when this goes through the wash, it won't come unraveled. Speaking of which, so just like the last sweater that I made for her, this yarn in the Colorama is washer safe and dryer safe, but this yarn says hand wash only. However, since I'm double stranding them, this yarn is not like by itself to come unraveled, so I think that it will be okay on the washer. The other sweater was anyways, and it was the same sort of situation. So I'm going to try it in the washer, but once it's all done and all of these ends are worked in. So I'm going to keep working with this, and I will give you an update once she wakes up from her nap to see how far we got. Oh, I also need to respond to some YouTube comments. Maybe I'll do that later, though, after she goes to bed when I'm out in the shed. We'll do that. Oh boy, it has been well over an hour. And this is as far as I've gotten. I did one more row, but I weaved in all of the ends so far because they were really bothering me. That took a long time, and I think I'm going to start doing it as I go. Probably not every round of strawberries. Here's Celeste talking. Probably not every line of strawberries, but every couple of rows I will weave in the ends so that it's not so overwhelming. I have 4 more rounds to go before we section off the arms and then continue with the body. So I think that's going to be the goal to get done tonight. But like I mentioned, we got to go out to the studio. I need to respond some comments and also work on some safety eyes to get my quota for the drop next week. But for right now, since the baby's awake, I'm going to set this aside, have some family time tonight, and then we'll get back to work once she's down to bed. Well, hey, it has been a long time since I've checked in with you. It has been probably 8 hours. Celeste has been asleep for a long time. Sorry if my energy is really low. I'm in a mood because I was responding to YouTube comments, and of course there's mean ones. Because some people's mamas never taught them if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But anyways, so I did run out to the shed just for a few minutes, made just 2 sets of eyes that were a custom order for a friend of mine. So I got those done, and then I also put away all of that yarn that we brought in the house to use for the dragons. So that is all put away now. So now it is almost 1 a.m. Ryan is in the shower, and then I think he's going to play Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and I am going to continue working on baby girl's little sweater there. Before I went out earlier, I did fasten off the sleeves, or like section off the sleeves. So I kind of feel like on the home stretch, even though objectively we're not even halfway done, because I still have 15 rounds on the body, and then I'm gonna have to do 15 rounds on each arm and then all the banding. So yeah, and this vlog is already very, very long. So we're not going to finish this in this episode because I still want to get to designing that pattern in today's video. So I'm probably going to stop here with the updates on the sweater, and then you'll just have to check back again next week, I guess, for the rest of me making this sweater. I have to decide what color I want to use for the band. So by the time you're seeing this, I probably will not have gotten there. So leave me a comment. What color should I use for the band? Should I use the green, like the green that I use for the strawberry tops all the way around? Or maybe the pink? Or should I continue with the double stranding for the band? I don't know. Leave me a comment. Let me know. As you can tell by me looking like a drowned rat, I just got out of the shower, washed my hair in preparation for filming day tomorrow. So I'm going to put the camera down and watch Ryan play some Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and work on this for a little bit. It is filming day, and as you can see, it's snowing, and I am wearing a dress because I'm a Hoosier, and everybody knows that Hoosiers dress inappropriately for the seasons. It's nice and toasty warm in here, though. Okay, so I also brought my stickers. I had to reprint them. So we got to cut those today. Turn on the lights. Okay, I've got to set up my tripod and camera and film this week's Makes video. And then later tonight, I think Ryan and I are going to film the podcast, or we'll do it while Celeste is napping. I'm not sure yet. But those definitely need to get filmed today. I need to cut the stickers like I mentioned. What else? Look at all the glitters that I have sitting out over there. I was going crazy with new glitters because I love shiny things. What can I say? All right, let's get this camera set up, get this video filmed, and then move on with our day. Here are all my dragons. Rockabye dragons in the homebody's arms. Look at all of them. They're actually not that heavy, surprisingly. But just finished filming my video. Took a thumbnail photo. Ryan's here to help me because there's no way I would have been able to get them all into my arms. So, yeah, now we get to go relax and crochet a little bit while I edit my This Week's Makes video. So I've just been laying here on my couch in the shed for the past hour, editing my video. I am very tired. Every time I put on makeup, my eyes get so heavy. My face is not used to wearing all this junk on it. I put makeup on once a week for filming, and sometimes not even then. But I'm very eager to get to pattern designing, which is what we're going to start tonight. But we got to pick out some yarn before I go in for our Boba dino. So the last time I made it, the body was like mint and then the spikes on it were pink. I don't know if I want to do the same color scheme as I did last time. It was very springy, which is appropriate for this time of year, but I feel like I should use up one of my variegated yarns because we're kind of on a variegated yarn kick this week. We could potentially use one of the new burnout ethereal stripes, but I don't know if I'm going to like the stripe in the dino. Maybe we'll just pick a really cool, maybe green or blue variegated for the body. Let's see what we have. I have this burnout variegated in the color Ocean Shades, which I feel like would lend to be a good dino. And then maybe for these spikes, we could do purple or a dark blue. Ooh, that dark teal is really nice. Maybe we do that. Or do we go dark purple? I'm kind of thinking purple. Let's see. I have some of this chenille brights. Oh yeah, that matches really well. Okay, let's use this. And then I want to do one in this mint fluffy flex just because I have so much fluffy flex and I want to kind of use it up. Ooh, that's so funny. It's so warm in here because I have the heater on. But when I stick my hand in this hole, it is like freezing cold. That is kind of funny. So what do we want to pair with the mint? We could do pink. We could do like a more moody dino, and then one that is more springy. We could use the pink fluffy flex or just regular pink. I'm kind of thinking regular pink. We don't want to overwhelm it. I really like that color combo. And then what kind of boba do we want to do for them? We could do like a matcha boba on one of them and regular milk tea on one of them. I have brown inside the house for a regular milk tea, so we don't need that. We have white inside. I kind of want to use this chartreuse color in the plush, and I feel like that would make a really good matcha. Maybe this dino can be holding a matcha tea. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, this one, it just clashes with the mint. So I think with this dino, we'll make a normal milk tea, and then this one, a matcha milk tea. Yeah, let's do that. So the first thing that I always like to do when I'm designing a pattern is I like to just kind of sketch out what it's going to look like so that it's easier for me to visualize like the increases and decreases and whatnot. So I'm going to do my best to fill my iPad here. So I'm in Procreate, which is the drawing program that I use. So let's do a little side profile here. So I'm thinking something simple for the head, like just like an oval like this. And I really want the back to be like hunched because I want to give him a nice big like beer belly too. He's looking very bean-like right now. Hunched back, big belly. Then I was thinking, let's see, let's outline this. Now these by no means look pretty, the sketches, but it works. For the arms, I'm thinking we do like little nubs like that. And then for the feet as well, like something like simple, like just little ovals like this. Yeah, let's do that. Hang on, let's color it in. Okay, and then for the boba cup, oops, I'm on the wrong layer. So the cup will go under his arm like that. Actually, hang on. This way. There we go. It'll go like this. And then there'll be a little straw in a different color, but you get the idea. And then his other foot will come here, and then it'll be like he's straddling the boba cup. And then of course bobas, the little tapioca balls, and then spikes. Now I don't think I want to do pokey spikes. I think we're gonna do like a sweet little rounded situation. Oh yeah, and then we need the tail too, like so. I told you the drawing isn't pretty. And then for the eye, I'm thinking no, I think we should go like low to the side like that. I think that that's going to make them look really cute. Okay, so this is, wait a second. I just had a light bulb moment. We should do a modular pattern where it's like a 4-in-1 or a 5-in-1 pattern, where instead of only doing a dino holding a boba, we should do a bunch of different critters, keep the same body shape, but then it'll be modular where like at the end of the pattern, it'll say like, okay, here's the instructions for the dino tail and the spikes. Here's the instructions for the bunny tail and the bunny ears, the bear tail and the bear ears. And then we can do like a bunch of different creatures. And then that way people can choose what they want to do. Okay, wait, I like this idea. So let me write down what animals we want to do. So we got to do a dino. I think a bunny would be cute. I think a bear would be cute. What's another good creature that would be easy to go with this shape? Maybe a cat. Cat would be easy to do. I want to do a 5-in-1. I think if we make it a Boba 5-in-1 pattern, 5-in-1 just sounds better than 4-in-1, like for the listing. So I'd like to do one more. We could do a dog, but I feel like that's not distinctive enough from like a cat. Let's do a new layer really quickly. Get rid of that. Let's see if we can turn this easily into a different creature. So if we were to do a bunny, I'm thinking we do like straight up and down bunny ears like that. And then a little cottontail. And I still think that the shape of this, with a little pink nose right there, eye right there, I still think that the shape of that would work. So we could do a bunny like that. We could make it a cat by doing cat ears like that, but a lot better with a little nose, eye, and then a long tail instead. We could have it going down, or we can make the tail going straight up like that. I think that this body and head shape would work for a cat. A bear would be easy. It's just, you know, those ears. What does a bear tail look like? Isn't it just kind of like a rounded tail? Eye just like that. Kind of looks like a mouse right now. I mean, we could do a mouse. A mouse would be cute. Maybe a mouse for the last one. Kind of random, but I do like the look of mice, and I feel like this body shape lends well to a mouse and the head shape. So I like this plan. Okay, so cat and the blueprint, if you will, for our boba holding creatures. I want the cup to be about as big as the body, so I need to keep that in mind with rounds. We want to increase at the belly here, maybe with some half double crochets to get a curvature. We also want to curve the back like so, make it like a jelly bean shape, like a half jelly bean, because a full jelly bean would look like that. And then for the head, we want it to be oval, but not as oval as I originally drew it with all of these different creatures. We do want it to have some sort of shaping, but it needs to be blobby enough that it could pass for any of these creatures, but not too blobby that it's just a circle. So maybe we do a little bit of a flare at the front like that. No, I think I like just an oval, but it's going to be a very slight oval. And then I was thinking for the legs, instead doing like longer legs that you crochet in with like actual feet, maybe with some little toenails on it like that. But that's going to be a lot harder to do with the modular idea. So I think we'll leave it as just like the little nubs. I want this pattern to not be crazy involved in terms of time, because a lot of my patterns are very large, because that's just what I personally like to crochet. We already went yarn shopping in the studio to pull out colors, but since I'm doing this modular idea now with the 5 different creatures, I want to be able to put them all in a listing photo next to each other. So I want that listing photo to visually be harmonious and not have like just random colors for each one. So I'm thinking about using all Fluffy Flex in different colors, and then that way I can line them up like the rainbow. I need to make sure that I have enough though. I know I've got a ton of white and a ton of pink. I've got enough blue. I have a little bit of that mint. I've got one skein of it, which should be fine, but I don't know if I have a fifth color. So we'll need to run upstairs and see what we have. I might have a little bit of orange left. I know I don't have gray. So we're going to need to see, but let's decide with which color we want to make each item. I think if we have orange, we should do the cat in orange. The mouse, we should maybe use the white for. Then for the dino, we'll stick with the mint since that is what we originally pulled out for the mint. Then we have pink or blue. Which should the bear or the bunny be, pink or blue? I'm thinking the bunny is pink and then the bear is blue. Gosh, I really hope that I have some orange fluffy flecks for the cat. But I think that that lineup would look really aesthetic in a listing image. And then do we want all of the boba to be the same like milk tea? I don't think so. I think we want to give them different, let me erase this so I've got more room to write here. I think we want them to all have different kinds of tea. Let's list all the different types of bubble tea. So we've got normal milk tea, which is like brown. We've got matcha, which is green. We have taro tea, which is purple. We could do strawberry, which is pink, and then maybe chocolate, like a darker brown compared to the milk tea. So we want to do complementary colors here. I'm thinking for the dino mint, let's do strawberry to bring some of that pink in that we had pulled out. We could still do pink for the spikes. I don't want to call them spikes because like I said, I don't want them to be spiky like this. I want them to be softer, more like flower petal shapes, kind of like that instead. So let's do strawberry. Oh, Jovi came up here to say hi. We now have a dog tail in the frame. For the bunny with the pink fluffy flecks, I think we should do matcha because that's a very earthy color and I feel like it fits with the bunny. For the blue bear, oh, like Bear in the Big Blue House. Aw. Okay, wait, let's check these off as we go. So taro is blue and taro is purple. So maybe the purple and blue would look cute together. Yeah, let's do taro tea with that. And then the mouse, well, should we give one of the colored drinks to the mouse that's white, since white is kind of a boring color? Because otherwise it's just going to be like white and brown, which I feel like is not very exciting. So maybe we should give like the purple to the mouse. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like I'm totally overthinking this. But you know what? I am a perfectionist in a lot of ways, and this is the whole design process. I go through this every time I design a pattern, even thinking through like what colors will look best in listing images on Etsy. And I am happy to say that a lot of my listings on Etsy are labeled as Etsy Pick, which means that they have very high ratings. I'm a star seller on there, but it means that Etsy has specifically picked my listings to like be pushed through the algorithm more because the pictures are high quality and they look nice and the reviews are good and all of that good stuff. So I do take a lot of pride in this part of the process because it's what helps me be able to stand out in the design world as much as I can. There's a lot of amazing pattern designers out there for sure. And we like to support them too because crochet patterns are like chocolate chip cookies. There's a million recipes out there and we love them all. There's a place for each and every one of us here. Okay, so for the blue bear, do we want to do the dark brown or the lighter brown? I think with the orange cat, we should probably do the darker brown so that it stands out better. So we'll do chocolate tea here, and then normal milk tea in the lighter brown here. Okay, my handwriting is awful on this because of the way that it snaps. The pen that I have on turned on right now, it like snaps. But this is our base design. So now we get to get out the good old-fashioned pen and paper and start working on it. Oh, you know what? Let's go see if we have the orange fluffy flex before we get too far. Haha, I do have it. All right. I also have purple. We could use purple for one instead of white. No, I want to do the white for the mouse. I even have a little tiny bit of gray for the mouse tail. Ryan and I are going to go out and film the podcast, but after we do that and I shower, then we'll get started. And I think we're going to start with the dino first. We just finished filming the podcast. It was a great time, man. We were slap happy laughing. Highly recommend the episode. It'll be coming out next Friday. But I'm importing the footage right now. I'm going to go take a shower really quick, and then we will get to designing our first... Well, technically, we're going to start by designing the head and the body, and then we'll do all the pieces after. So we got to start with the building blocks. So I've got my Sanrio pad of paper here and a pen. I've already started on the body, but I feel like it's too small. This is going to be the base of the body, and I would like it to be a little bit bigger than this. So I think we're going to frog it out a few rounds and increase a little bit more. I also need to decide at this point if I want to have the feet crocheted in. Customers usually like no-sew or low-sew patterns. I don't think I'm going to make this a no-sew because I want to do all of the ears and tails separately. I guess you could make them before and then crochet them in, but I think we're just going to have it be a fairly low-sew pattern. I'm going to crochet the body up into the neck and then increase into the head from there, so you don't have to sew the head and the body together, to at least cut down a little bit on the sewing. But I need to decide if I want to have the feet sewn on or crocheted in. And I'm kind of leaning towards sewn, only because I think I'm going to like the way that that looks better with like the oval that they are. And then that way too, it'll be easier to place the feet surrounding the boba cup. So anyways, I'm going to frog this out a few rounds, increase a little bit more, and then continue with the body shaping. So this is meant to be like the belly. It is very large though. It is way too big. So I'm going to scratch off my rounds here and rip it back and restart with the belly because it's just sticking out way too far, I feel like. So this is why I use pad and pen when I'm writing these out, because I do a lot of like chicken scratch. Honestly, this is kind of a good shape for the head though, so I might use the same strategy that I use to form this belly as the head when we get up there. But we're starting from the, well, wait a second. Should we start from the bottom up, or maybe we should start from the top down now that I think about it? How do we like that shape? I mean, I'm asking you, but you can't answer me. You know what? Let me actually keep going with this because this is kind of the shape that I was thinking. Remember I said like a kind of like an oval? So maybe we'll do a couple more rounds and then decrease a little bit more. And then we'll see how eyes and a little nose look on it and see if this is the shape that we ultimately want to go with for the final version. Also, I did a round of back loop only because it was intended to sit like this to help kind of flatten that a little bit. You see how the back loop only makes it sit a little bit flatter. So if we are to make this the head, then I need to take out that back loop only instruction because you're not going to need that. But let's see if we can make this work for the head. Okay, no, I don't like the way that this is shaping for the head. I don't feel like it is going to be not specific enough. Like, it definitely is leaning more like dinosaur right now. Like, I don't think we can make this realistically look like a cat. I mean, it's not meant to be a realistic cat, but hopefully you understand what I mean. Like, I just don't think this big bulbous snoot is appropriate for another creature, like the mouse, like, because mice have little tiny snouts. I forgot the real word for a second. I said snoot, didn't I? So we are going to rip this back, flip it back over to be the bottom, and fix the pudginess of the belly. Okay, it might not look like much difference, but I promise you it is a lot better of a curve. It's a lot more gradual curve. So that's a little pot belly right there. So now we need to start doing the curvature of the back. We're actually about done with the body. It's very quick. I don't want to show you too much of the pattern because it is going to be a paid pattern, but from here on out, I will just check in periodically with how the shaping is looking without showing you any more of the actual pattern. So let's keep going. This is how the body's looking. So I am on a round right now that I cannot get the stitch count to make sense for the life of me. I have counted it like 10 times. I'm adding it up on my calculator and I'm somehow 2 stitches short from the previous round. I don't understand how, because then when I frog it out and count the previous round, my stitch count is fine. So I don't know what's happening. Oh my goodness, I don't know. We might need to put a pause on this so that I can get some sleep and then come back to it, or ask Ryan if he can count it for me. Because, lordy, I am going cray-cray over here. Okay, never fear. I got it to work out. I got the stitch count to work out. I was just having a brain fart moment. Anyways, continuing on. Okay, so I think that I have the body done. So this is the front of it with a little belly, and then it has a little curved back at the top. It's not a super big curve, but once we do the head, it's going to be a little bit more evident because, as you can see, the opening here is purposefully slanted because I want the head of the animal to be going downward toward the straw. So hopefully I made this tall enough. I wanted it to be like cute and chibi and little, like short. But at the same time, oh my gosh, at the same time, we want to make sure that there is enough room for the cup and the straw. So hopefully it is tall enough, but if we need to go back and add more rounds, then we will. I think that overall the size of it is perfect. It's exactly what I was envisioning with the size. Of course, this has taken me like 2 hours to do because I have redone it so many times. But I think that if you were to make this according to the pattern, this would probably only take you 15 minutes to do, if even that, maybe 20 minutes if you are a slower crocheter to do the body. I would like this entire pattern to be like less than 2 hours, ideally an hour to an hour 30. But anywho, let's go ahead and work on the head now. It's looking very jelly beanie like. This is exactly the shape that I had in my mind. So I'm very happy with it so far. This is the little face on it. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do another round of just single crochet or if I want to decrease it quicker. I do think that this shape is going to lend well too, especially to like the bunny with a little nose right here. I did bring in some 18mm solid black safety eyes, and I think that those are going to be a good size for this. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect for this. That's not going to be where it's officially going to go, but just for the size wise, I think that that is good. Okay, let's keep going. What do we think about this eye placement? I think I like it. Looking at it from the front, it looks so goofy, but the point is that we mostly look at it from the side. So I think that the eyes are good there. Now in the pattern, it's going to be interesting how I figure out how to tell people where to put the eyes, because the entire body and head is worked in one piece. It's going to be like between rounds, 15 and 16. I don't know what rounds these are, but I feel like that's a lot to count. So maybe I'll say like from the neck, 1, 2, 3, between 4 and 5 rounds, 4 and 5 up from the neck. I'm not really sure yet how I'm going to state it in the pattern, but that's part of what I will ask my testers, like how is it easiest for them to understand where the eyes go. Also, I'm taking pictures along the way. Of course, I normally like to make at least 2 of my pattern design when I am writing patterns. In this case, though, I'll be making 5 of the body and heads and 1 of each of the ears and tails. Maybe I'll make more than that, though, just to double check that my stitch count is correct. But I do check it on the calculator as well. The body is all done. He's got hair sticking out of him. You see all the little polyfill things sticking out of him, but this is the exact size and shape that I was going for. So after a few hours of trial and error, I think we got a good base. So this is going to be the exact same body for all of the critters. So it is almost 4 o'clock in the morning and I really need to go to bed. So I'm going to set this aside for now, go to bed, and then we'll continue tomorrow. Well, good morning. We have had a pattern casualty by the hands of a feral toddler. It's okay though, because I know what it says in that corner. Also, we have some goodies in our P.O. box this morning. This is from my friend Kim. So KD Creations, she is a wonderful, hey, that's not for you. We have grubby child hands trying to commandeer my package. Kim has been around from the beginning. She's pattern tested for me and everything. So she has this new quilting online store and I saw her stuff and it was just so cute. So I hired her to make me a new laptop sleeve for carrying my laptop. And she embroidered the logo for me. She put a pocket on the front. It's got a little zipper. And look at how cute the colors are. I just loved all the pastels. So she made this custom for me, which was so kind of her. I mean, I paid her for it, but I appreciate that she took the commission. Also in her note, she said that she included some extra things. And for anybody who is interested in purchasing from her shop, I'll link it for you in the description box. Okay, Celeste is going to take it for a test drive, apparently. You can use the code HOMEBODY10, capital H, to get 10% off your order. And that was really kind of her. She does like giant like door hanging bows and makeup cases and lots of cute things. Oh, she said this is for Ryan's Kindle to protect his smut.
And it's orange. It's almost like she pays attention.
A+ student, Kim.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, look at this little strawberry headband that she made for Celeste. Say thank you, Kim.
Bye.
Close enough. Oh my gosh, look at this little wrist purse. Kim, this is too much. You did not need to do this. I can carry some filming equipment in there, put that in my market bag, and then there's one giant thing in here. And if this is what I think it is, I will squeal. It is! Oh my gosh! So this is one of the giant bow hangers that I was talking about. I told her that I'm gonna have to come back and order one for the studio. Look at how beautiful it is, all the colors. Oh my goodness, we're definitely gonna hang that on the entry door on the inside, of course. After I still need to paint the rest of the door, by the way. But wow, thank you so much, Kim. I am so giddy. You made my day. Look at how big this bow is. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm Sia from the chandelier. So I was just working on the feet, and this is what I came up with. Gosh, it's hard to hold all this stuff. This thing is very like bowling pinny, and so it keeps just toppling over. Okay, so the shape of the foot is kind of like a little club foot, like it curves upward right here. And I'm trying to decide if I like that or if I feel like it sticks out too far. Because I feel like I might have accidentally, in making the foot, accidentally actually made a really good arm. Because look at how good that looks as an arm, holding the cup. So I think I'm going to make another one of these for the arm. And then I think I'm going to do something not as long so it doesn't stick out as far for the feet. Let's see how that looks. I'm watching my homegirl Robin. Okay, so I put my Ami sticks in so that you could better see what I was talking about instead of me trying to fadiddle them. I don't know what that word was. I just made it up. Okay, anyway, so these were supposed to be the feet, but I think that we accidentally made some arms, and they have a little bit of a curvature to them and a little bit of like a paw shape, which is perfect. I do think that this is going to look very cute as the bunny. So now we need to figure out the feet. So I was thinking maybe we start it in a chain so that we can get an oval shape on the feet. I just like to avoid starting in a chain whenever I can, because oftentimes I don't think it's just me that this happens to, but whenever I crochet into a chain, especially with amigurumi, you get like gaps in it, and then with the stuffing, it kind of like sticks through. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I was just trying to avoid starting in a chain, but I think that we're going to so that we can get the shaping correctly. But I think that the way that these little paw hands look is perfect, so we'll solidify those. I don't want to sew them on yet, though, until we get the cup down and see how wide the cup is. I'm not going to make it too wide. It's probably going to only increase 2 rounds because the body increases 3 rounds. So we're going to have to play with the girthiness of the cup. So here's the start of the foot, and I'm deciding if it's too big. I think that it might be a little bit too big, so we're going to shorten the chain. Did I get holes in this? This yarn might be fluffy enough that I don't have holes. Actually, no. But you know what I mean? When you work into a chain like this, sometimes you get holes because the chain stitches are loose. Anyways, let's make this a little smaller. Okay, now they're too small, so let's try this again. Okay, I think we got it. The foot is like the perfect size. Okay, I am going to take a break on that to take Celeste up to the library for a little bit. And then once we put her down for her nap, then I'm going to sew all the parts together. And then I think what I'll do is actually make all of the bodies, arms, and legs, like the meat and potatoes, if you will, of all 5 of the plushies. And then we'll do all the cups, and then we'll go back and do all of the like ear, tail accessories. So we'll get all of the bodies done first to make sure that everything lines up and works nicely. There's Orion behind me. Works nicely with the pattern as written. So I'm back to work now, and this is what the cup looks like so far. But I feel like it's too short. I think we can go an extra couple of rounds. We obviously want to leave a little room for the straw, but as it stands right now, it is too short. So I think we're going to add 2 more rounds to it and see how it looks. Okay, so this is what the cup looks like. It looks like a strawberry kind of right now in the pink color. Of course, we will have a straw on it, but I think that the size is good, and it looks good with the arms, I think. I only have 2 Ami sticks, so I haven't secured the foot or put the stick through the foot to see how it looks, but I think it'll look okay. I didn't decide on what colors I wanted to do for the straws. I didn't even think that through. So maybe I should make all of the straws the same color to make them uniform. Also, I need to decide what I want to do for the bobas, if I want to do surface crochet or if I want to do felt. I think in the pattern I'll put an either or option, so instructions for both. But I think for mine, for the listing photos, I'm going to go ahead and use some brown, dark brown Elise Voluto to surface crochet some bobble stitches on there, make them a little 3D. I'll probably only do like 3 or 4 of them across the front of the cup. The cup isn't fully done yet. I need to go back around and do like the trimming on the outside. But before I got there, I wanted to make sure that the size was good. And I think that this size is perfect. Also, I did say earlier that I was going to go through and make all of the bodies and everything first, but I'm going to be making the cups along with them because I don't want to have just a bunch of arms and legs, just limbs sitting all over my living room. I would like to sew them all together, but I don't want to sew the arms and legs on without the cups because I want to make sure that they are positioned correctly. So after I get the arms and legs sewn onto this one, this is where I'm going to stop with this one, and then we'll start the next one. Okie dokie. He is all sewn together. Oh my gosh. Almost dropped him. So this is what the base is going to look like. I love how the little feet like turn out and just cup the cup, and the way that the little arms are shaped with the paws to really look like he's grasping it. Oh my gosh. Right now it looks like a fetus. But you know what? We kind of still are in the fetal stages of pattern designing because I just have everything written down, pen and paper, old-fashioned way. I'm deciding if I actually want to make the pink and the mint one the bunny instead of the dinosaur. And I'm kind of thinking yes. And then we were going to do the blue for the bunny, right? I think we're going to make the blue the dinosaur instead because, I don't know, this one is just looking bunny-like to me. So I'm going to do the details on it because this video is already very, very long. And I think I've used up enough of your time today in this vlog. So I am about to end the video here in just a few minutes once we get this guy all done. So I want to finish it so that we're ending on like a high note of actually having a finished product to show you guys. But off camera tonight, I'm going to get to this point on all of them, and then I will go and do all of the ears and tails afterward. I need to decide if I want to use fur yarn for the tail on the bunny or if I want to crochet a tail, like just a circle. And I'm kind of thinking that we'll use fur yarn to do the bunny tail. I think that that is going to look the best. I just need to see what color I have that might look good with the mint because I definitely don't have this colored mint yarn in fur. Oh, something else that I did do today was, I'll put it up on the screen right here, is I did a little doodle on my notes on my phone and kind of drew what all of the tails and ears are going to look like on just the base bean is what we'll call it, the bean body. Just so that I could kind of visualize better each one, like how big I want the ears to be and whatnot. So this will hopefully give you an idea as to what they're going to look like in the future. Obviously, they'll be a lot better than what I drew, but it was just a sketch for my own reference as I am designing these. So without further ado, let's finish up this little bunny and then do our sign off. Okay, she's done. The first in the series. I put her nose like right in between her eyes to give her like a cute little chibi look. But I am so happy with how it turned out. It's so goofy. The bean body is just so goofy and I love it. I feel like it's pretty unique. I don't know that I have seen any plushies with this shape. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, I like how you can position the straw right into the little crevice of her neck so that it looks like she's doing a little sip. Editing Katie popping in here to give you some vlogception. The entire time that I've been editing this video pretty much today, which has been all day long, I have been working on the dino version. So here he is with his, oh my gosh, with his big old cup. I am working on the tail right now, so the tail is not done, nor are the little spikes, but I just wanted to show you that this is what the dino version is looking like. Oh my gosh, I am so excited about this pattern. But since this has already been many hours of Crochet with Katie, I am going to let you go for this video. But before I do, we need to say a big, gigantic thank you to the members of the Cosmic Couch Club. You guys keep this little galaxy spinning. And of course, if you're interested in becoming a member of the channel, you get early access to videos, priority reply comments from me, special emojis, members only videos that will be unlocked. It's only $2.99 a month. And there is a link in the description box to join. And stay tuned for the tester call for this pattern pack. I will be posting it up on Instagram. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Oh, and don't forget to comment that secret emoji of the day. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.